I am Joseph Hughes, merchant, patriot, and signer of the Declaration of Independence. For about 20 years, I traded with Britain. I knew her ships, her markets, her reach. I stood to lose everything if we broke away. But when war came, I turned that knowledge toward a new purpose, building a navy for a fledgling nation that had none. In Congress, I helped commission our first warships and oversaw every shilling spent to outfit them. I promoted a bold young soldier in whom I had the utmost confidence, John Paul Jones. He would become the Revolution's greatest naval hero. John Adams said we laid the cornerstone of the American Navy. He was right. I died in service, far from home, worn down by the work, but I would do it again, for a country that rose from resistance and learned to command the sea.
Yeah, please.
Can I ask you, you mentioned you were going to waive certain additional oil waivers or sanctions. Can you talk a little bit more about that and address in particular?
Well,
are
we're
you
looking to
considering
keep
measures
This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world. This is the world that you know. The world as it was at the end of the 20th century. It exists now only as part of a This is the world that you know. The world is
I am
What the
so
world, man?
upset.
What in
Bro,
the world?
bro. I tried it all. I told you this. I reset my computer, reset the modem, everything. And it still doesn't want to work for me, guys. I don't know what it is, but it's only when I'm on here. I
They're
go on
running a
every other
filter on you.
show.
I bet you
I
that's
go
why
on
your bandwidth is struggling.
I I go on every other YouTube show and I join, and it's the exact same platform and everything's fine. I go. And this is
Hey,
the
Ruby, show my
only
screen.
time it gets messed up. My
Show my screen.
word. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find your screen. Where is it? Okay.
Tell me when you hit go.
Oh, thank the Lord.
this is the world that you know.
Yes!
Wow.
No, Jimmy! Jimmy!
This
Oh no, Jimmy, where are you at?
the world as it
Oh,
was at the
thank
end
God!
of the 20th
Jimmy
century.
posted this. Thank you!
It exists now only as part of a neural interactive simulation that we call the Matrix. You've been living in a dream world, Neo. This is the world.
Turn the cameras on, we're going live tonight. American pride and patriot fight. The white rabbit has taken flight. Knock, knock, sleepy Neo, this is for real. We're swallowing red pills left and right. Come and overdose with us Tuesday night. They say we're crazy, say we've gone too far, but we're just truth seekers under the dome. Don't be mad at us, Google Chrome. They laugh, they mock, they think we're insane. Please just use your effing brain. This is the UPC where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn six screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines. They say we're crazy, they say I've gone too far, ready to drown us with feathers and tar. If you're still in our country, we haven't gone far enough. They love to hate us, thinking we've gone insane, but we could care less, they don't know our pain. This is the UPC where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn six screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines. This is who we are, we bleed red, white, and blue. We're never gonna stop Trinity. This ain't no place for sensitivity, not even worried about our credibility. When it's all in flames, don't call me to light the flare. Don't call me to light the flare. Because no one is coming to save us, Jesus Christ. Don't call me to light the flare. But if I say Christ is king, oops, I'm anti-Semitic too. This is the UPC where real Americans are standing up, taking control of the matrix we keep dying for. You don't like it, you can leave. If you wanna complain, call the damn six screens, cause we're already detached from deep state machines. Machines.
blast. I'm screaming it over here in my living room.
You needed to get that negative energy out that we had because we had all these freaking technical difficulties tonight. What the
Oh
hell,
my
man?
God. It's yo, they hate me. They can't stop me.
I don't know. We might have to go back to StreamYard, Ruby.
Mm.
Oh my word.
We might have to try it. We'll see what happens.
My heart, yo, man.
So-
that really
so-
gets me.
So, welcome everyone to the Unrelenting Political Corner with myself, Jimmy Bell, Ruby Quinn, and Beau Benson.
I'm ready. I'm pumped. I'm ready.
We
The
are
song gets
excited,
us.
you guys. Sorry,
I
we
love
were
it.
fashionably late tonight as well, on top of the technical difficulties. But you know what, y'all? Y'all don't know what it takes for us to be here through the week. I almost got taken out by a tree limb yesterday during those freaking storms. I'm not even lying, yo. So I'm sitting on the swing out where I smoke and everything. And I'm really good at hearing the weather, listening when the rain comes in. I know when the wind's coming in. Well, I heard the wind coming this way. I told my dog, we need to get up and go inside. It starts to rain a little bit, and that wind finally hits, right? So I'm up from the swing. I'm opening the door to the house, and next thing I know, a limb about this big ass around fell on top of the side of the swing. I was.
Oh my word. You cannot tell me that on live, Jimmy. You can't, because I laugh
Yes, I
in very
can.
serious situations.
So that's fine. So that thing came down and it hit the top of the swing. One branch went in the front porch. The other branch went in the side, busted up my siding right below my water spigot. So I got to fix that. But I was like, Jesus Christ, So I was, yeah. So yes, I'm thankful to be here tonight.
So you know what that means, though?
I'll
I
be
mean,
right
something,
back.
but something else does like you a lot.
Apparently. So sorry, folks. Ruby's going to go pee now. So it's been a crazy week, everyone. So I honestly hope everyone's had a great week this week. The show this evening, we are definitely I'm still giggling. We're going to do the part 2 that Beau had off his presentation from last week. So if you missed last week's episode, please go and watch last week's episode. It was full of great information, lots of signs, symbols. If you haven't seen it, go see it. So Jimmy, did you file? I didn't get hurt, so I'm okay. I could file that on my homeowners, but I think I can fix it myself. I got some spare siding and everything. I'll just take the zipper.
You can't tell me stuff like that, Jimmy. You can't tell me stuff like that, because I laugh.
Hey,
and when
this
you're
is a
supposed to be
very
serious, I laugh at things. You can't tell me that. Should have warned me.
This is a very lively episode. Yeah, we had fun.
I feel like we always come on here and I'm all over the place and I'm chaotic. When literally 5 minutes ago I was perfectly fine.
Yeah, we
were calm. I don't giggle. As soon as we click that damn live button, everything goes insane. I get the giggles. I get a headache, and then it's horrible. Oh my word! I'm so sorry, but this is how it is. I'm so sorry.
It's okay, Ruby. I think it makes it more enjoyable to see you giggle and laugh and dancing.
Oh
Well,
my
I
God.
started doing my head movement too, and then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm not supposed to move my head." And then I felt incredible
you're
pain run
injured.
down my arm, and I'm like,
Oh my
"Oh yeah, I forgot.
God.
I'm injured, and I can't do this."
Oh
that's
my
right.
word.
Right.
But it's so catchy though.
I know, right?
I'm
love
like moving
it.
my feet, moving my head, and I was like, and then all of a sudden I had a sharp pain. I'm like, "Oh, oh yeah, I forgot. Broken neck. Oh yeah."
I know. I'll be right back. I gotta go. Hold on.
So we're all over the place tonight. Anyway, so yeah, y'all can tell this is definitely not scripted. So there's that. We have an outline, but we don't script anything. So we're going to do Beau's thing, and then we're going to do something a little different tonight. There is a lot going on in the political world, that is for sure. But what I'm seeing right now, me personally, is I'm seeing a lot of posturing on deep state side, on white hat side. I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm seeing a lot of games being played right now. So it's really hard to pinpoint some things that are happening. And I think we need to let about a week or two go by on some of this stuff to let some other things come out to make things a little clearer. Because the last thing we want to do is bring you guys any bad information. So we're going to let a little bit of this stuff play out. And then we're going to revisit it. So we definitely are going to do that. But the reason I said tonight's episode is going to be a little bit different is because the information that Beau's going to go over, a lot of the XJWs are going to understand it. They're going to recognize it and things like that. There are a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses leaving the organization right now. And y'all know this is something we don't talk about much, but it is going to tie into political stuff. But a lot of people are leaving right now. I can tell by John's channel, the activity he's having on his channel. And a lot of these folks probably don't know a lot of the political world. So just like in the beginning, when I started doing all this stuff, the political stuff, I went to the XJW community back in 2020. Faced a lot of rejection and a lot of name calling and lost a lot of friends. But that's okay. I'm still here. So we're going to do this episode to tie this stuff together, how Watchtower is implicated in the political world, how it affects people's outlook on the things that are happening because of the indoctrination. So I have an email from a former XJW that we're going to look at tonight, and I want us to discuss it because I know this person is watching the episode this evening. I've had a conversation with this person, but I want to see what the panel thinks about it and what the chat thinks about it. So that's what we're going to do. Before I turn it over to Beau, Ruby, I need to share my screen one more time. If you don't mind. I've got an exercise for us tonight, an eye test. And the reason I say that is because I want folks to be able to see things. Tell me real quickly, how many cats do you see there on the screen?
3.
Okay, put it in the chat. I'm gonna give it about 30 seconds. I want everybody to look.
It looks like 3, but I have a feeling the one on the top is fake.
Okay, so put it in the chat. How many cats do you see on the screen? And here's the reason why I'm sharing this. Look at the cat. Anons see things others miss. Normies see only 3 cats. So let's look at it again. And I'll make it bigger.
Can you click on? Yeah, click on it. Blow it up.
Oh, I can see the other cat now.
Oh yeah, there she goes. Yeah, I see it.
All right. In the chat, do you guys see 3 cats? Or what do you see?
I see 4 cats.
J. Jill says 7.
Slim says 2. Chad says 3. JG says 7. Come on, JG. It's already a rough night.
All right, let's give it 10 more seconds. Come on, chat.
Raphael says I see 4. So where's the 4th one? And I got glasses on, so this isn't
okay. All right, so you got the 3 cats right here. 3 black cats. They're all real. And then right over here, you have this little kitty. So let me put my pointer there, make it a little bit bigger. Do you see the 4th cat?
Yep.
Right there. All right. So let me stop sharing. So the reason I wanted to show that to you guys tonight is a lot of people look at different pictures. And for those that are in tune with the symbolism and everything, they can look at a picture and they can see these symbols in it where others won't be able to see it because they haven't learned what to look for when it comes to symbolism and things like that. So the way the deep state operates, the way Watchtower operates, they use signs and symbols. And that's why the title of the show tonight is called Symbolism Will Be Their Downfall. So with that said, I'll turn it over to Beau.
I appreciate that.
All right, Beau, you can share your screen. Let me know. Okay, I got it.
Okay, I'm gonna move this over here so I don't see you guys because it's gonna get difficult. Let me know if it looks correct. Do you guys see everything okay?
Yes, beautiful.
Okay, does it look better than last time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is Jehovah Witnesses, the occult. Okay, so the first thing I'm doing is what am I showing you right now is I'm showing you a kingdom hall, right? We all know what kingdom halls look like. What a lot of people don't realize is kingdom halls that were older kingdom halls don't have windows, and they're called kingdom halls because they're Masonic halls. The places that Masons worship are called halls. Your if you're a member of Jehovah's Witnesses, your church is called a kingdom hall. So that's the first thing we want to look at and notice is why on earth do you have no windows? Now, the next thing we're going to look at is a man called Charles Taze Russell, which is the founder of Jehovah Witnesses. Most of you guys are familiar with him. There is arguments being made about is he or is he not a Mason? After this presentation, you'll never have that argument again. Matter of fact, after I read this quote, you'll never say that again. Now, it's really important that we look at this. And does my mouse show up? Do you guys see that moving?
Yeah.
Okay, so right here, this symbol, this is a Rosicrucian symbol, and we're going to look at that a little bit more. If you're wondering what this wheat thing is, basically, Charles Taze Russell was caught many times in court for lying, pretending that he was able to speak languages he didn't, and he has a history that's not really super relevant. But let's just say he's not the best person in the world. He cheated on his wife. He was having affairs. There was a letter where he called himself, this is really funny, a jellyfish that goes from woman to woman.
Oh, wow.
I have never been able to figure out why he said that because that doesn't make sense because jellyfish don't float around, and they're in the water. I don't know why he said what he did, but so let's take a big look at what Watchtower is. So this in the middle is one of the old presentations that they have called Watchtower. You see that crown and cross symbol, which is a Rosicrucian order. Here on the right is Rosicrucian symbols. We'll talk a little bit more about what they are and where they are in a minute, but I'm going to read this to you guys really quick. And this is a quote that came directly from him. This is the founder of Jehovah's Witnesses. I am very glad to have this particular opportunity of saying a word about some of the things in which we agree with our Masonic friends because we are speaking in a building that's dedicated to masonry and we also are Masons. And I want to say that again. And we also are Masons. There is no argument. I don't care what ex Jehovah's Witness channels say. I don't care what former members of Jehovah's Witnesses say that he is not a Mason. He is saying he's a Mason. He's admitting to it right here in this speech. Now, the next thing I'm going to go to is you guys watched the previous video from last week. That book that Jimmy had that he was showing is the New Creation book.
Mm-hmm.
That is using a Masonic Freemason symbol, okay? And if you look at the Golden Age, you'll see a lot of Masonic talks and presentations and belief systems in the Golden Age. So were Jehovah Witnesses Masonic in the beginning? The answer is absolutely 100% yes. Now, the reason why this is so important, I don't know how much you guys know about certain mythologies, especially Egyptians, and we know that Jehovah Witnesses were obsessed with the Egyptian gods. Now, I'm going to kind of give a presentation, explain that Jehovah Witnesses are using the Amarok symbol, which is used for Horus. Now, Horus is one of the Egyptian gods. And this is the part that's really weird. If you guys know the background of Horus, his background, he represents homosexuality, domination, incest, right? So he had ancestral relations with his sister and his nephew, and he R-word his own nephew. All right, and he's also known for having semen, calling his own. I'm not going to describe it because it might get the video taken down, but it's really graphic. So if you look up his history, there's a lot of stuff about semen and having magical sperm. But the part that I want you guys to think about this is this won't make sense to you who are not former members of Jehovah's Witnesses, but if you are a former member of Jehovah's Witnesses, domination. What did the elders do to you guys? They dominated you. The process of domination, which was the elders, which came in with the second leader of the Jehovah's Witnesses, which was Judge Rutherford. This, in my opinion, has a lot to do with why they do what they do. Like why the elders, why would you find somebody who has that personality trait? Now, do you remember before about when I talked about the personality traits that the Nephilim had?
Right.
If you ever notice, elders have those same personality traits: control, authority, dominating. This is actually the reason why.
But that could be
Now,
learned behavior.
yeah, well, it's also part of the conditioning itself, because those people who are super, super egotistical, they want positions of power. And that's also an occult, like a lot of occultists are into positions of power and authority, and so they gravitate to them. So they already know that, and they're conditioning them to be that way. Now, this symbol, the Armach symbol, it stands for Rosicrucian Order. Okay. Now, this person here, he has nothing to do with anything. I'm just using the symbol and giving the example that it's not an accident that they use this symbol. It belongs to the Scottish Rites, and it's the 18th degree of Masonic temples that you would belong to. So the Jehovah Witnesses are in one of these Masonic orders. Now, if you guys want to know what this symbol is, so this is also used with the Rosicrucian Order. Now, the Rosicrucian Order, which is the Armach, okay, is associated. If you guys watched the previous presentation where I talked about the sorcerer, which was from the Bible, that guy, that sorcerer, is directly related to this. If you go and look at the symbol that we had just looked at with Charles Taze Russell's gravestone, it's here. If you look in Watchtower, they show you the symbol. So one of the things that Masonic groups and occultic groups do is they use symbolism to show you things. Now, King Solomon is the person I was just talking about, which is the sorcerer and stuff. If you learn about Rosicrucian, and don't take my word for it, go learn what their symbols are and why they do what they do. That is the whole reason I wanted to show you guys about King Solomon. When you look at Jehovah Witnesses literature, these are the symbols of the Rosicrucian: the Rosy Cross, the alchemic symbol, which is right here. So this is actually taking from the Jehovah Witnesses, the Bible with the little stone here. This represents the alchemy. Like, are you guys familiar with like the Philosopher's Stone?
Not totally. Yeah, there's an
So the Philosopher's Stone, supposedly, it's like a stone that Masons made, supposedly, that can grant wishes, basically, or immortality. So there's also the pelican, the triangle, the Anak, which is that symbol that the previous god was holding in his hand, the phoenix, the pentagram, the hexagram, the 7-pointed star, so this is the hourglass, is like the little symbol that has the little sand in it people flip around. The sword, the cup, which is the chalice, and then connecting symbolisms and I can't talk. Connecting symbols and secrecy. So one of the things that Rosicrucians do and secret societies like the occult do is they put knowledge in their literature, in their images, that is hidden for you to find. So if you look at Jehovah Witnesses Bible, and Jehovah Witnesses call themselves Jehovah's Witnesses. The name Jehovah is the name of the Masonic God. And once you're in Masons to a certain degree or level, you learn that the name Jehovah doesn't mean the God of the Bible. So inside of the scriptures is one of the resources where we're going to get some of the information about to talk about. Shepherding the Flock of God, which is a handbook for Jehovah's Witnesses elders. The rules and policies that you're not allowed to know are in there. That's their rituals. That's the real things that they follow and practice. Whatever they tell you in person has no relevancy. They use these rules. So if you ever wondered why people in the organization, some of them get in trouble for just everything they do, and others they never do anything to, it's because they know the rules and policies, and they can work around them.
That makes a lot of sense. Real quick, Beau, I think we have an echo.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Check your yeah, like we could hear ourselves, but on your end. Because you're sharing your screen, and I think you're also sharing your audio on that screen.
Okay, let me see if I can stop this.
So while we're doing that real quick, somebody had in
So
the
it's
chat that
it's the sharing screen.
we might just have
Yeah,
to
it's
deal
when
with
you
it.
share your screen, don't share your audio on computer. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I was going to say, Bo, someone did ask earlier that quote that you read about Charles Taz Russell, where he says, my Masonic friends, we are Masons. Where did that come from?
You know what? It's a quote that he did, and I have it, but I didn't put it in the presentation. And I'll be honest with you, it's on one of my old videos that Watchtower made me take down.
Okay.
I don't have the information exactly where it is right now, but JW History, which is another YouTube channel, it's on there somewhere too. Because if I remember, I think they're the ones that shared it with me.
Okay, so while you're continuing on with your presentation, I'm gonna do some research and see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, the name Jehovah, I was also going to mention that it was invented by a Spanish monk in the 13th century, and it's been adopted ever since. And that was one of the very first things that I rejected to use. I don't use the name Jehovah at all anymore after finding out the origins of the name. And just because of like what you just said, like they use it in their Messianic world. You know what I'm saying? So like, why would I use it? I mean, I don't have a problem if other people use it, but just know where it comes from. You know what I'm saying? And if you're still comfortable using it, great. You know, I think God can bypass, like he can make things new again, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I'm personally not going to use it anymore.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was going to say next. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
So I don't need to go there. But for what Ruby just said, guys, if you want, go to the Aid to Bible Understanding Watchtower publication, page 88 or page 884 to 885. And then I'll just let you guys know these links that you're seeing here where it says Jehovah is the wrong name. I don't know if these videos exist anymore. They're from my phone, and they're probably videos that Watchtower made me take down when they terminated my account.
Okay.
So the only other thing I want to tell you guys about is obviously if you know about the New Testament in Greek, so there are 500 manuscripts. None of them have the name Jehovah in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. So everything that she just said is absolutely 100% true. So the next thing I want to talk about is with the organization, people always want to know, like, remember I was talking about that channel. So WT History, this is the people. So
Bo, if I see you're sharing your screen, but you have to put it on the presentation. I'm seeing your YouTube part of it. So you just have to like switch to a different window.
I'm sorry, guys. I didn't realize you couldn't see what I was doing. What screen are you seeing? Is it you guys?
Yeah,
we're
seeing us stage.
Oh, well, it looks like I've completely lost track of my presentation. All right.
Yeah. So what you want to do is click share screen. But what you're going to do is you're going to click whichever tab or window. Yeah, tab. If you have it in a tab or a different window to your presentation again.
Yeah,
whatever you did.
It's not grabbing the correct thing. It's not grabbing what I told it to.
Yeah. Okay, now
so
I
you
see
guys
it.
should. Do you guys? I'm sorry. You know what's funny, Ruby?
Yeah,
is I put this on the screen right as you were talking, and I was like, "Good job." But now, yeah. So I was talking. I wanted to make. I'm sorry, guys. Okay, where were we at? Where's the last thing? Did you guys see this?
Yeah, we saw that, and then the next one was about the name Jehovah.
Okay.
And that is not even mentioned in. Yeah, let's repeat that part. That name is never mentioned in the original manuscript.
Yep.
Of any script. Okay,
yeah.
that
So
came that somebody made that up.
Is that crazy that people could be and if you tell this to them, they have no idea because they brag about how well they took his name out and we put it back in there.
Another
You know,
thing
it never dawned on me.
Another thing we
Right,
want to
right.
mention too, real quick as well. The name Russell is one of the names of the 13 bloodlines.
Yep.
Just FYI, if you didn't know that already.
All right, so like I said, if you guys want to know, so this right here, this is the aid to Bible understanding. This right here, it's this book right here. So the next thing I want to talk about is the symbolisms that they use. So the symbolism is a ritual process that satanic covenants do. And if you guys had watched the previous video, you'll know what I'm talking about. This thing is called Watchtower Subliminal Images. If you go look this up and you find this channel, that has almost every single piece of Jehovah's Witness literature, and it shows you every single I can't talk demonic like representation they have and what it is. Now, this one right here, I caught this one, and then Quinn actually caught something that I missed, and I'll talk a little bit about this image right here. But just remember, so Jehovah's Witnesses say that they have nothing to do with the government. If you guys have seen my video, this is one of the ones that still exists, but the UNDP, Jehovah's Witnesses are part of the UNDP. And if you go into their this document and you go in the 2003, you can see the Jehovah's Witnesses are in there.
Mhm.
And then so another thing that's interesting, and this is stupid, but Jehovah's Witnesses say that they never solicit for funds. I have never seen a church solicit more than them. Like every single video they have, they solicit for funds, and yet they tell people, and my parents and stuff would brag about that, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Every video that they have, they solicit for funds. So
Because they
lying,
don't pass baskets. So you also have to remember that another element of the origin of these cults is their hatred for Catholicism. And so that what they do in their churches when they pass baskets around,
mhm,
that's kind of like that's the jab. It's like, oh, we're so much different than the Catholic because we don't pass it around and we don't pray the rosary or to Mary, or you know, it's like they have these bullet points because they want to
Mhm.
make it seem as if they're so much different than
Yeah.
Catholics. But in
Exactly.
reality, they're just doing it in another way that's more subtle than other denominations, you could say.
Yeah, thank you for that. So the reason why they do this, because I mean, if you think about this, this is incredibly stupid to do. Like a normal person that is trying to trick people, you would never go, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tell them exactly who I am and hide it in images. That's an idiotic thing to do, and it doesn't make any sense. But when you understand that the occult has a law called the law of karma, and that's why when you're lying to somebody, you have to put it out there so that they can see it. And the belief system about the occult and magic is that when you do that stuff, it comes back at you. And in order to limit the amount of damage that comes back at them, they have to use the law of karma. So the occult has to show you the lie that they're delivering, if that makes any sense. Now, this is 100% an occult belief system.
And how that ties into the political side of things. Again, we see it in our movies. We know who controls Hollywood. We see it through news. They put this stuff out there, and they're basically putting it right in front. That's why we've always say, the truth is right there in front of your faces. You just got to know what to look for and how to identify it. So it's everywhere.
Yeah. It's just
I also
absolutely
want to
insane.
add. Sorry, Bo, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I
No
also
problem.
want to add about you saw that it's a belief system of theirs. I didn't know that. I don't think most of us know that. And how much of the concept of karma has been taught to society, like normalized, that people just say it all the time, like as a phrase. We talk about it to one another, like, oh, be careful because karma, don't do this, don't do that, right?
Right.
It's almost kind of like the replacement phrase and belief system of like the golden rule: treat others how you want to be treated. And that's how I kind of feel like how karma, that's what that kind of is, because it's like you want to treat people good because you want good karma back.
Hmm.
So it's like society is repeating these things, repeating these belief systems and phrases, and don't even know that it originates with
Right.
and how dangerous that is, because we're doing it like nothing, and we know that's actually a real belief system that this group of people takes seriously, and
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah.
acting like nothing.
They
Ruby,
have,
because
they
you
have to
said
show
that,
you what they're doing.
yeah. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Oh, go ahead. I'm done.
I was gonna say I wasn't gonna really go here, but because Ruby just said what she just said, I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyways. Okay. So there's another step beyond the law of karma, which I was not gonna really go into, but I'm gonna tell you guys right now. So witches believe and warlocks believe that when you talk and you say stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring karma," and they interact with you and you say something like that with them, it gives them the ability to open up and do like a psychic connection to you. There's another term they use for it, but I can't remember what it is. But when occultists are trying to get your name or trying to touch your hair or asking if they can come to your house, they're not really asking to come to your house. They're asking to get a hold of you on a spiritual plane. And that's what their belief system is. And so the reason why you're seeing the law of karma everywhere is because when you're doing it and saying it, you're opening up a spiritual gateway for them to use their occult magic on you. That's their belief system.
Yep, I can see that.
So the next thing is this right here is a temple that Jehovah Witnesses built, which is like the all-seeing eye. Like this is the thing we just talked about, like the karma. Like how stupid is it to do something like this, right? Well, the thing is that when they did this thing, we didn't have drones and there really wasn't helicopters. This is an old ass building. But the one thing I want people to think about when you're like, okay, is this true? Look at this building. I want you to think about this was done before drones are. You would had to have helicopters. You had to cut the trees around, the forest around it. You had to design everything. Imagine how much money was put into this building was unnecessary to do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have the governing body members, like for example, this guy right here, when this image, he's actually giving a talk, and this is his Masonic ring, and this is a special kind of Masonic ring that they wear where they can flip it and they hide the symbol, and then it turns into what you see there. And the reason I want to point that out is when he gave this speech, he was literally talking about how he wants to burn and kill all of you.
Yep.
He's
I
a
remember
psychopath.
that very well.
This is the ho ho ho, and then he blows out the match and he says, Jehovah will burn them and blah blah blah. So these people are psychopathic. For an example, the guy right down here, he was talking about how babies are the enemy of God and became really famous for that. Well, what is he wearing? A Masonic ring. And then we have this gentleman here, which is not a governing body member, but he's the helper of the governing body, which is like the number 2. He's famous because this is the guy who gave the story about Pillowgate. And if you guys aren't familiar with the term Pillowgate, so the next thing we'll talk about is Bethel. That's their headquarters. And go there, you had to watch this video talking about how you shouldn't make love to your pillow, is how I'm going to say it.
Yeah, I mean, Pillowgate really broke when Lloyd Evans was really hot. So if anybody's interested, Lloyd Evans, Pillowgate, he has a whole video on that. Once again,
you got a lot.
Yeah, that was a huge storm. It broke XJW internet basically in our community. So I remember that very well, like 2018, 2019, 2017. And then once again, Quinn Wright did a whole video just on this location itself, and he really broke it down about just how like how Beau said, the way you had to cut the trees, the way you had to really make it look like what they wanted it to look like. And I can't even remember what year they did this construction in, but like you said, it was before we had drones. It was before, like, how could they have done this so well the way that they did? And nobody noticed anything until fairly recent, because I didn't even know about this until Quinn said something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's undeniable. You cannot say that that's not what it is.
Yeah, and they
Like,
sold the location, took their sign
and-
down, and they destroyed everything. It's gone now.
no.
Oh, is it gone now?
Mhm. Oh yeah, it's gone now. It's completely vacant, gone, completely gone. Quinn has a couple videos that were talking. Some people who live in the country, and I don't remember what country it is that this is at,
It's in
but
Denmark.
yeah, it's gone completely. There was a sign there that they had that even why they were trying to sell it, they still had the Jehovah's Witness thing. They got rid of it, and I can't personally say this, but I think that part of the reason why it's disappeared was because it's become so famous.
Yeah.
You know what? Okay, so I did not know that it's no longer exists. Okay, so let's go with that. They also did that with Russell's tomb,
Yep.
his little pyramid
Yep, they
tomb.
destroyed that too.
So they've gotten rid of that. I'm gonna just say allegedly because I haven't proved it to myself yet. This place is gone. So, and they don't want you looking at old material that they've put out.
You
So
turned in all your books.
yeah, turn in all your they're hiding evidence. They're being exposed for who they are. So they're trying to get rid of the evidence. And
Exactly.
this ties into what we see with the deep state, with the globalists. This is what they do.
Mhm.
When they know they've been caught, they shift the story. They pretend like it didn't happen. They'll gaslight you. Oh no, we didn't say that. Oh no, we didn't say you're gonna, lose your job if you don't get the Fauci ouchie. Oh, we didn't say any of it. The hell you people did. We're not stupid. So
Yeah, they're erasing their history because of things like this. It'll wake
Exactly.
somebody up in a blink of an eye because that's just undeniable. Because we're not even talking about faith. We're just talking about the similarities, and you can't debate that.
yeah,
It's just too close.
this is why when I brought it to the XJW community, that Watchtower is nothing but a propaganda arm of the deep state. I felt like this was so important, and the reason why is because a lot of people were basing their political ideology off of what they learned in Watchtower.
Yep.
So you were brainwashed while you were in Watchtower, and because they are a deep state system cult, the people they learned it from have been doing it to everybody else. So this is, and it's hard to see that. That's why I put the picture of the cats up, because if you don't really exercise your mind and use your critical thinking, you're never going to see that fourth cat. And you're going to always say, Jimmy, there's 3 cats there.
Yeah.
No, open your eyes. So
Yeah.
that's why I feel like it's important to do this again.
Definitely. Just because Jimmy said that really quickly, I was holding this comment because I want to bring it up. JG says, it's so sad that the origins of the JW movement is completely hidden from the members. CC Russell was just a product of his time. Okay. The Mason, Adventist, and Egyptianology was big at that time.
Yep.
I agree
All
with
that's
50.
true.
Yeah, all of that is true. But that sentence right there, he was just a product of his time. That's the only part I disagree with. Because go ahead.
If you look at the history where all of these different religions started to spring up, it was between 1850 and about 1880. Watchtower sprang up back then. But remember what happened to us in 1871, where we came off the original Constitution. And then you had all these religions start popping up.
Cults.
Yeah, you had all these cults start popping up. What are they used for? To brainwash the people, control, division. And that's what the people who took over in 1871, that is part of their playbook. They need that so that they can keep doing what they're doing, harming everybody, while everybody over here is fighting. And we see that today. There's too many people fighting about this, that, and other, and they're not seeing what's going on behind the scenes.
But that's on purpose. See, that's why I wanted to bring Jay's comment up and also remind people what Beau just said and Jimmy has said, that the Russell line is one of the 13.
Yes.
So he wasn't just a product of his time. He was literally, maybe that was his mission, because all of these origins are a part of the Illuminati, and they are like, that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's a control, mind control. That's where all these little conspiracies start coming up, what the government is into. That's what they are doing. It wasn't just like he woke up one day and wanted to start a religion or a cult. No, he was probably supposed to do that because he's one of the 13. Like,
Yeah.
nothing just happens by chance. He's one of the 13. Like, wake up. That's coincidence. They were starting all of these cults to practice their mind control using religion, using the Bible, and they deceived millions of people, and they've been doing it for over 100 years, and it's working out for them.
Yeah.
Until us.
Yeah. And also,
Until
Right.
now.
Go ahead, Beau.
Oh, you know what? While you guys were talking, you just reminded me of something, and I was trying to find. You were talking about the bloodline of Russell. Russell's uncle.
Dude, I just got ready to pull that up. I got it right here.
Okay, can you
Go
deliver
ahead,
it?
go
It's
ahead,
about the
dude.
Skull and Bones.
Yes.
Will you deliver it, please? Because I can't find it on my phone. I'm trying to.
Okay,
find
hang
it.
on. All right, so let me share the screen.
Yeah, I about shit myself when I found this out.
Yeah, and I was looking it up as you were talking. Skull and Bones was founded in 1832 at Yale University by William Huntington Russell.
Yeah, baby.
Right there.
There you go.
And-
And he's the guy who founded it.
The Skull and Bones. Yep. And who
Yep.
do we know that's a very which president here recently?
President Bush.
Yeah, both
Bush,
President
Obama, Clinton.
Mhm.
Yeah, and where do they go? Where do a lot of these people go to school at? Yale.
Yale. Oh my
That
gosh.
is-
You see what I'm saying? That's not a coincidence.
No,
They
that is
are there for that specific reason.
Yes, Yale is the breeding ground for Illuminati leaders in the future. So
There you go.
All right, I'm going to add a little teeny bit more to that.
go ahead.
Mhm.
So, do you know that? Okay, so the Skull and Bones, all that stuff. Did you know that the Russell Trust is the only trust in the United States that doesn't have to give its assets, what it's doing, over to the Treasury?
Wow. They must be in
Oh.
real deep.
And which president is it that did that one? I gotta find him. So one of the United States president at the time that did that, I apologize, I can't. My notes are just too much, and I can't find where it is. But one of our presidents, his mom and dad were Jehovah's Witnesses.
Stop.
Yeah,
Eisenhower, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Okay. I think the memories are coming back, but I can't confirm.
Yeah, see, I know I have it, and I'm on the section for it, but I for some reason I can't find it, and so I don't want to say because I don't know which one it is.
That is insane, but it makes sense. Like, all of these things are so, like, they are in bed with one another. Okay, and you know what? That's another thing I want to say to the community. This is why, no matter how hard we try, we are not going to take it down by ourselves. There's just no way we can take down a some higher power, because they are fighting with power. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's evil, even though it comes from the devil, some might say, it's still power. You know what I'm saying? It's still control. It's still power. So that's why I think it's so hard for us to ever take them down the way we want to, because they are in bed with the government, with the Illuminati, etc. Like, it's just too deep.
So go back to Eisenhower. Yes, it was Eisenhower's mother, Ida Stover Eisenhower, was an active member of the International Bible Students Association from roughly 1895 until her death in 1946. She was a devoted adherent who hosted weekly meetings for the group in the family's Abilene, Kansas home until 1915. Let's see. What's Eisenhower? What's his birthday? Let me see what his birthday. I want to see how old he was.
Yeah, because he was probably raised in it.
Eisenhower.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, that's one. So yeah, his birthday was October 14th, 1890.
So he was a child.
So yeah, he was about 5 years old. He was about 5 years old when his mom began being, hooked up with the international. So we know how they treated the young people. So Eisenhower, no doubt, with his mom being that devout, he was raised as an International Bible Student Association member.
That is insane.
Yeah,
allegedly.
That's gonna make me look at his whole presidency completely different.
Yep.
Okay,
well,
go ahead.
Should. So I mean, think about like the way the witnesses say they're separated from the government and all this other stuff, and here we have a president who is allowing them to have a trust that no one else can use to hide their funds and what they're doing with it.
I gotta find out where he went to. I want to find out where he went to.
I know that's coming up. Like we're gonna do a deep biography into him now with the different eyes, different lenses.
Let's see.
That's crazy.
Russell Trust just happened to be the only trust in America which does not have to report the finances to the Secretary of State. This exemption came about by special act of legislation in the state of Connecticut. Just shortly after D. Eisenhower took office, Eisenhower was raised a Jehovah's Witness. His parents were devoted Jehovah's Witnesses during this presidency. Yeah, so it's interesting how like they're anti-government, but here we have a Jehovah's Witness kid is the president and then doing stuff for Watchtower.
Let me add something to that. We know how Jehovah's Witnesses feel about war and military. Dwight D. Eisenhower graduated from West Point in 1915. Yep, went to West Point. So,
have you guys ever seen that document that has Watchtowers, like things that it has invest money into? It's stock. Have you ever seen that document? Do you know what I'm talking about? You know, there are military contractors on that list.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So Watchtower has companies that actually, I forgot the name of it, but there's one of the companies that's on there builds engines for military vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Mrs. So Much More says that there was a blurb. She's not sure. She's asking in the Proclaimer's book. So we're gonna take a note of this, do some homework, and
while Beau's talking, I got I'll go look it up and see. I got it.
Oh wow. Okay, that is amazing. Julian, hi Julian. He says the IBS is still active today, and I do know that. So that's interesting. Rebecca's in the chat. She says someone I work with that's in his bloodline, and there's some more interesting stuff about Eisenhower. And this person I work with, his grandfather sounds high up in Masonry or something similar. He's been trying to recruit the people I work with, and he said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got blood on his hands." Oh Lord.
Yeah. You don't
my.
People.
Okay, well, I got your screen back on the screen.
We are researching.
You want me to go
live?
All right. So what I have on the screen right here is the Royal Commission into Institutional Responses to Child Sexual Abuse. So Australia Royal Commission in 2012 actually told Jehovah's Witnesses they need to come in there and explain why there were 1,000 cases that they found where they didn't report sex offenders, and they needed to explain why, and they refused. And they were told to bring the governing body there. The governing body refused and said that so what you says, I do not answer to Watchtower. So there's a document that he sent to the Australia Royal Commission, and this member of the governing body, which I don't remember what this dude's name is, he literally told the Australian go ahead. What's his name?
His name is Loesch, I think.
Yeah. So he literally told them that he doesn't work for Watchtower. So they told the Australian government, And under oath, they said that they do not answer to Watchtower. So the question is, I put here is, who do they answer to? So the thing is, though, is Jehovah's Witnesses are told that the governing body owns Watchtower. Watchtower's governing body said that they don't own Watchtower and they have nothing to do with it. They're basically paid actors. Now, the thing is, though, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, there's two contradictory statements. One of them could be true, but the other one can't. So either the organization is lying or the governing body is lying. So, and then this is the reason I'm bringing this up, is because this is pretty famous, because one of the governing body members went there to Australia for a funeral, and then they forced him to actually testify. And when he testified, he said that Jehovah's Witnesses are not the one true religion.
What?
And that's on record. Yeah.
On
Yeah, he
record
literally
where?
said, if you go to the Australia Royal Commission,
Mhm.
I forgot that guy's name that is there off the top of my head.
Was
But
it the one who testified?
yeah, there's only one governing body member that testified,
It was
and
Brother
just so you
Jackson.
guys know, yeah, I watched the entire thing, and it's like I
Yeah.
don't even know how many hours it was, and I watched all of it. Right? It's
Mhm.
something like 18 hours or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I watched all of it, and there's two things I want to mention about it. So one, obviously, the governing body member, when he was asked, he said that they're not the one true religion, that there are other religions. And then when he went back after this, he then sent out a memo to people saying that what he said was a lie, not to believe it. But
Okay.
more importantly than that, okay,
Mhm.
is the fact that, and this is weird, and I'm surprised this took place, but there's a woman that is there, and I don't know her name, but if you go through those videos for the Australia Royal Commission, you'll see her, that she's a young woman with black hair, and she works for the Catholic Church.
Mhm.
The Catholic Church paid for her to go there and represent Jehovah's Witnesses to the Australia Royal Commission, stating that they don't have child programs, and so that they're not responsible for the actions of the abuse that took place, and they were defended by the Catholic Church. I watched the
No
testimony.
way.
Okay, it gets even better. The lawyer that represented the victims caught her lying, and they found out that the documents that they produced to the Australia Royal Commission, the judge, were fake, and they got caught.
Oh, which documents were fake?
The documents about Jehovah's Witnesses, they said that they had studied Jehovah's Witnesses, and that basically
Oh,
their
okay.
argument was is they don't have school-based programs or
Right,
teaching
right, right.
programs for kids, which we all know that's bullshit.
Mhm.
They have elders, and they force kids to work with elders and all that other
Yeah.
stuff. Well, they were denying that process and saying it doesn't exist. And then they got caught. The person that was saying this worked for the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church paid for them to go there and represent it, because the Catholic Church was, in other places, were in trouble about this too. There were multiple churches. It wasn't just Jehovah's
Exactly.
Witnesses. Jehovah's Witnesses actually refused to participate, and I think they only started participating because they started getting fined.
Yeah. Okay, so Beau, if you can,
Mhm.
whenever you get her name, shoot me an email. I need to know her name. I need to dive into that. I
I'll
need
try to find it. It was on my old channel. I had a full
okay.
video. They had the recordings of her and me breaking it down step by step. And that's why I'm telling you, they wiped my old stuff
They
out
scrubbed
because there
it.
was
Yep.
so much shit. Like
Yep.
I don't want to brag or anything, because it's really not necessary, but I just want to state this. That channel had 5,000 subscribers, okay?
Mhm.
That's not really that many.
Right.
My videos were sometimes averaging 60,000 views.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
believe it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I looked at but right before they took me off, it showed how many people had viewed my channel. It was 2.5 million or 2.3. It was either
Mhm.
2.3 or 2.5 million.
I believe
You
it.
see, and that thing, that right there shows you. I mean, even when I started doing all this stuff, talking about the political
Yeah.
stuff in Watchtower, my views went up. People were interested in this stuff, and there were so many people wanting to talk about it. But yet, when you took it into the XJW community as a whole, we were yelled at, we were criticized, y'all are
Mhm.
crazy, y'all are stupid, blah 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 blah. And
Yep.
so that's why we decided, basically that's one of the reasons why this show was born, So we could talk about the political aspect of things going on in the world, how they tie into Watchtower, to help some of these folks realize that what we're talking about, it's not made up. You can find this information easily on your own. So
Yeah, one thing, because my mind was a little blown 2 minutes ago. Beau said that Loesch said, "I don't work for Watchtower."
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah.
let's spend some time right here. Watchtower is the Pennsylvania, right? That's the corporation, correct?
Yeah.
That was the printing press. Those were the buildings in PA.
right.
That's Watchtower, because the Jehovah's Witnesses,
Mhm.
they do have they've separated from PA corporations, like Watchtower corporations, and they have the Christian Congregation of Jehovah's Witnesses.
Yeah, it's all smoke and mirrors. It's a shell game,
Yeah.
is what they're doing.
Right.
They're shell
Okay.
companies.
Okay. So is that what he means? That he doesn't answer to PA? They are this. Like he focuses
No.
on.
They
Okay.
what you're saying totally makes sense, and you're 100% correct. They use that protection in
Cop
court
out.
all the
Yeah.
time, all the time.
Tactic.
Okay.
It's a
But they
tactic.
were specifically saying that they are the people who make up the policies for Jehovah's Witnesses, and he stated they do not do that, and they don't work for a Watchtower.
Yep.
So the governing body told the Oscar Royal Commission they do not make the policies.
Okay. Yeah, that's a lie. That's a straight up lie.
Maybe, maybe it's the board of directors, or maybe it's something else.
Yeah, because we know
So-
they have a
Are
board of directors. We know they have shareholders. So when
So you're so. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
so when a company has shareholders, then that company, and I know from the business world, that company is going to do everything they can to make those shareholders money. And they
Right.
don't care. Okay, I'm going to speak in business terms. They don't really care too much about, what this salesperson says or does, or, what their opinions are. It doesn't matter. As long as the shareholders are making money, that's what they're going to do. That's what Watchtower has done.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you're saying that the governing body, as we know them to be, is not the board of directors of
No.
the. Okay, so
No.
what we're
And
suggesting?
they've never said that they are part of the board of
Uh-huh.
directors. They've actually given speeches. Toni Morris
Mhm.
did, saying that they're appointed by the board of directors.
Oh, okay.
So let's look at it this
okay.
way. Let's compare it to the political side. The governing body, in my opinion, would be like Congress. They're Congress. They're not the president. They're not the vice president. But the governing body would be like right around Congress level, because there's people above Congress.
Right, and
So,
the board of
does that make sense,
directors.
bro?
Yeah. Yeah, it kind of does, because I'm thinking now, so the board of directors is almost like the electoral college, when they are the ones who make the final vote to see who's going to be the front runner. Like who's
Yeah,
going to be in
yeah.
office, basically.
Could be. Yeah, that's pretty fair. So
Okay,
basically, all we're saying here, for folks that don't know, who still want to believe that the governing body is calling the shots for Watchtower, they are not. They are the puppets on the string.
Okay, thank you guys. You've unlocked a part of my brain that I've struggled with. So now I feel like I really understand that now. They're explaining that.
Ruby, I do have a lot of this stuff on my in somewhere I'm not going to say, and I'll go and try to pull that information out, and a lot of those resources are in there, and I'll send them to you for that stuff that we're talking about.
Okay, great. Okay, this makes so much sense, and I'm so thankful that we started this the way we did, is because we already went through all the Illuminati occult stuff and the 13 bloodlines and everything, because that makes sense. It's they are the shadow government JWs will never reveal themselves, and I believe they probably are descendants of Russell. You know, like they're probably behind the scenes and they're all literally with the last name Russell who are calling the shots and making that money. That's insane. Okay, go
It's a
ahead.
good hypothesis. It's a very high probability because you know you would have to
Mhm.
track the Russell bloodline, and people get married, then they don't have that line. Then they're John Stewart or whatever. So then
Right.
you'd have to track another records. So
Yep.
all right. So the next thing, do you guys want to continue on that, or do you want me
Yeah,
to
keep
move
going.
on?
Keep
Are you
going.
sure?
Wherever
Okay.
you need to go. Yeah.
Okay, so the next thing is Bethel. Now, you guys have all heard of the term Bethel, and it's the headquarters for Jehovah's Witnesses, right? Well, did you know that Bethel historically represented false worship? And also, the first battle that was lost by the house of Joseph in Judges 1:22 through 26, which was called Luz, L-U-Z, is Bethel. That's the reason why they call their place to go to Bethel. Bethel means false worship. Remember the symbolisms, it's always there. And it's even in their literature. So I believe Insights on the Scriptures actually states this. I don't have the page number for some reason. The next thing that I want to talk about, oh, here we go. So copyright 1988 Watchtower. So there you go. So here's the reference material. You remember before when I was talking about Demon Ball and I said the Watchtower like worships Baal? So the demon known as Baal, okay, is represented by a mace. You see this photo right here?
Mm-hmm.
So every
Yep.
single one of them is holding a mace in the right hand. The demon Baal fights with a mace historically with a mace in his right hand. I didn't catch this the first time I looked at it. I knew something was weird, but a friend of ours named Quinn pointed this out to me the other day. He said, "Look at their crowns. You see how like the light kind of shines on it, and it almost turns into horns."
Mm-hmm.
I missed that. So it's always good to have a second look because if you don't catch it, someone else might. And so I
Yep.
caught this, and then Quinn caught that, and there might be more going on that I don't see. But I just wanted to point that out because in Jehovah Witnesses literature, if you go to this page 228, it says, at times in Israel's history, Jehovah was referred to as Baal.
No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on. No.
I have
How
this
can
book, by
they?
the way.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
How
And
can
then
they
look it up
print
here.
that?
The two sex god, the men on the certain occasions wore female garments.
Yep.
What?
So remember I talked to you about the connection between Watchtower and transgender, and people kind of think I'm talking shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's there.
No.
If you look at all the companies that are represented of Jehovah Witnesses, so Jehovah's Witnesses have a representation person who goes on shows. One of the things I noticed, and I caught it real quick, that the only companies that he goes to and shows that they are represented are all Democrat owned and all supported by
Mm-hmm.
George Soros.
Yep.
Well, yeah,
So
And
that's not
Watchtower
surprising.
is directly connected to George Soros.
yep. And let me go back to this Bethel thing. I went and did a quick search. This is
Mhm.
from the website Following God's Word and Finding Christ's Joy, Enjoying the Journey. Bethel in Scripture. So you guys can look this up for yourself and do a little digging on it to see what you find. But it says in the Bible, Bethel changes meaning from a holy place to being unholy and polluted by idolatry. It was a place where Abraham pitched his tent and where Jacob saw the ladder full of angels. God spoke to Jacob in Bethel and changed his name to Israel. Later, the prophet Samuel judged Israel in Bethel as part of his circuit through the land. Sadly, upon the division of the land into two kingdoms, the rebellious king Jeroboam placed one of the two calves here. Bethel quickly changed from a holy place and instead became associated with sin and idolatry in the kingdom of Israel. So why did they choose the name Bethel for their headquarters if they're not part of all this stuff?
Yep.
So let's do this one more time. Talk to me like I'm
Uh-huh.
5 because the word Bethel means house of God.
Which God?
So how did they? Okay, good point. But second follow up, how did they change that definition? Okay, did they change? Are we saying that they changed the definition of the word Bethel, or are they using the real definition of Bethel, not the whitewashed version of Bethel?
Okay, repeat that again. Sorry.
So you're wanting to know like why they chose the name Bethel and how Bethel is represented in Scripture, right?
Bethel, right?
Yeah, but like I said, which
So
God? What God are they worshiping? Are they worshiping Baal? Is that their God? Are they worshiping Moloch? Guys, you really got to go
right,
back and watch last week's episode if you haven't seen it, because this all makes sense.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
is that house of God in their minds? Does it refer to Baal or Moloch or something else? Because to everyone else, they've been taught that it's just the house of God. But
Okay, so sorry,
but
go
according
ahead.
to that other thing is saying Bethel quickly changed from being a holy place and instead became associated with sin and idolatry in the kingdom of Israel.
Because of what they were
So
doing? Because of what they were doing
yes,
there.
because
Okay,
of the
okay.
and
Yeah.
idolatry, you're worshiping false God. And this goes with what
And
Bo
Right.
said
they're
a little
child
while ago.
sacrificing, they're raping children, all that stuff that
Yes,
we find disgusting now that the Democrats support.
yes.
Mhm.
That is what that is Bethel, and that is the false worship. So you remember the story in the Bible about the prostitute that let the soldiers in, they opened the
Yep.
door, and then they wiped everyone
Yep.
out?
Yeah.
That was
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Bethel.
Huh?
That's Bethel.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm gonna have to take a note
Okay.
on that and come back to you because
Yeah,
I
so the
can't
whole point
confirm
of
nor
this
deny.
is, yeah, to keep it really simple. So
Mhm.
it's kind of like a jab in the face of Christians. So here we're going to call our holy place Bethel, right? Bethel is the place where we defeated God's army. So the first battle, that Joseph had, and he lost, and then they had to come back. So they're bragging about how they defeated God's army. Okay, and then the place is called Bethel, and I'll explain this in a second
That
here, a little bit
makes
more of the
sense.
demonology. Yeah, so that everything they have, there is some there's a hidden reason why they call everything the way they do. I don't have the answers to everything, but some of the big stuff I've noticed, like the first thing
Mhm.
I thought to myself, I was like, okay, what's the definition of Bethel? And then when I found this out, I'm like, okay, so we know what Bethel is. Why would they do this? And then when I started learning about Baal worship, and I'm like, wait a minute. And I it, normal Jehovah's Witnesses would never put this stuff together.
Mm-mm.
Only the ones that are really old who read this literature would have any idea what this stuff is saying. If,
Yep.
Right.
even when they read it, like they're shocked because they never put it together what they were reading. And
Yep.
here they are telling you to their face, you're worshiping Baal, who claims to be Jehovah, but he's not. And we defeated you, and you're at our holy place.
So going back to the karmic retribution, they can say, well, look, we showed these people through the literature that we gave
Hmm.
them, or we showed these people through the movies we
Yeah.
put on there, or the music that we put out. We told them what we were doing. They just didn't listen, and they just accepted. They gave us consent.
Yeah. So I'll say, so Baal, the demon Baal that we talked about before, the one that is about secrecy and the one that is into child sacrifice, all that stuff. So Baal uses a mace in his right hand. Remember that photo I showed you?
Mhm.
Mhm.
All the right hands, they have mace. Now, what do you see right here? You see a demonic hand grabbing.
Yep.
Yep,
So
I do.
they're telling you that they're Satanists. And then Baal is Jehovah.
No, no, no. I can't even believe that is printed in their
Yeah.
own
Yeah.
book.
Now look
Oh,
at
okay,
all this
wait, wait.
crap we just went through. Look at it. The
Uh-huh.
two witness rule, kids CSA. Are you surprised now that we have a CSA issue with the Watchtower when they're worshipers of
My
Baal,
word.
when they name their holy land after telling you that they're into that? I mean, Jimmy just read that definition, and it's a place of terrible
Um,
behavior.
Yeah, it's became associated with sin and idolatry in the
Yeah,
kingdom of
idolatry
Judah.
is, gay sex and all this other stuff.
Yep.
And then, raping children, all that stuff. This is why they have the two witness rule. This is why they allowed
Right.
it. This is why they did it.
Right.
This it all goes back. I mean, to keep it really simple, they're the most common false gods in Jehovah Witnesses artwork. What are they? Horus. Horse is a symbol of kingship and domination. Baal, blood sacrifices. Now, at different time periods, there were different gods that Watchtower is focusing on. In the beginning, they were really focused on Horus. Towards the middle of Watchtower's history, there's a lot of stuff for Baal or Bel, however you want to say it. And then think about this: blood sacrifices is a demand
Yep.
of God Baal. Refusing blood treatment and you die. What is that? A sacrifice.
Sacrifice. Yep. Yeah,
And
I knew
then
that one.
what's
Yep.
going on right now with Jehovah Witnesses and the two witness rule? Sexual deviancy. Who's represented
Mhm.
by sexual deviancy? Bahamut.
Mhm.
Two witness
Mhm.
rule. And then think about I don't know if I presented this or not. And if I didn't, I apologize, but I've done videos about this. Jehovah
Mhm.
Witnesses actually have a quote about transgender, and they have a belief system that when the new system comes, that there won't be men and women anymore, and that maybe uh, women won't exist anymore, and they'll all become men.
Yep. Heard that.
Yeah. So the Jehovah Witnesses were originally saying that they're believing in a transgender like morphosis taking place with women. And this is one of the
What?
reasons why they look down on women so much, is because women gave birth to who?
Children.
To Jesus?
Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry.
yeah.
So if you ever
Yeah.
wonder why women had such a low standing, is because they defeated their God. So when Mary gave birth to Jesus, it was the
Right.
ultimate punch in the face. And so this is why Jehovah Witnesses say that Jesus is the Son of God and not
Right.
God, and he died on a stake instead of a
Mhm.
cross, which makes no sense because every historical record of Jesus that exists, the Romans literally said
Mhm.
that he died on a cross.
Okay, hold on. So there's 3 points I have to catch up with you both because this
Okay.
is
I'll
amazing. Number 1, that quotes in the publication that Jehovah was sometimes referred to as Baal.
uh-huh.
Is okay, is the context saying that that was another name for him, like
So
as the same deity, or that Jehovah was confused with Baal?
no, what they're telling you, it's a hidden message in a message. It says at this time Israel's history, Jehovah was referred to as Baal in the sense of his being, and then you don't see this, but it says it's ownership of like something. It's like some kind of like ownership title. And so they're saying Baal was also used as a sense of ownership. So they're telling you the truth, and then they're telling you something that may be true but is a lie with their belief system.
Okay, so they're trying to tell us the truth by saying that Jehovah, as we know Jehovah, is actually Baal. Is that fair, correct to say? That Jehovah is actually Baal, but they're trying to like
Yeah.
water it down by saying, oh, he was just referred to as Baal, but he really isn't Baal.
Yeah, because the name Jehovah is sacred to Jehovah Witnesses, because
Right.
the origins of the name of Jehovah in the occult, it means Satan and Lucifer.
Yeah. If we go here too, I just did a quick Google AI search. How do the Freemasons view Jehovah? Freemasonry views Jehovah as a sacred name for the supreme being, holding it in high regard as one of the most important words in the craft. The craft, particularly with Royal Arc Masonry. While Freemasonry is not a religion and does not adhere to a specific theological definition of God, it often uses the term Jehovah as a symbol of the ultimate creator, frequently referred to in lodge settings as the grand architect of the universe. So remember, if we go back to last week's episode, we talked about that there was the demiurge, was actually the creator of this plane that we're on. So that goes into a deeper. Maybe I should stop there right now. Maybe we'll have to talk about that later. But
Yeah.
you have Freemasonry, looking at this name and holding it important in their craft. What is craft? Magic, stuff like
Witchcraft.
that. Witchcraft. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add a little thing to that? What you just said.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So what Jimmy said is dead on. The occult has a belief system, and it's not all of them, but some of them have this belief system that Satan is actually the creator of this universe.
Yep.
And at some point in time, another deity from another dimension came in to take over, and that deity is the Christian God.
Yep.
So that's what Satanists at the high levels teach, that Satan is the true God of this universe, and that this foreign God came in. And just so you know, I forgot what the original name of this deity is supposed to be. I just don't remember it, but it's supposed to be the God of the Bible. And the God of the Bible basically is this tyrant and is putting everyone down and puts all these rules and is so terrible, and that Satan's trying to free us from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like the complete opposite. That is lies
Everything
upon
is a
lies.
reversal.
Yeah,
There's always a
everything is
flip, a little
reversed.
bit of
Yep.
truth, and then a lie.
as
Exactly.
above, so
Right.
below.
Perfect. Yep.
Wow, that's insane.
So that's it.
Okay.
That's my presentation. That's that. There's more to
Oh,
Jehovah's
wait.
Witnesses, but
Wait, hold on. That quote
oh,
on
sorry.
page 220, 228, what book was that again? JG's asking. Okay, Inside of the Scriptures. So there you go, Jay. Okay, do me a
I have
favor.
that book.
Go to the next slide. Okay,
Hey
go
guys,
to the
I'm gonna
next
step
slide.
out. I'm gonna be right back.
Okay,
I'm
no
sorry.
problem.
Did they want to get more of where this stuff is coming from?
No, that was just one question specifically about that
Okay.
one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This stuff that I've been showing you, it's inside of the scriptures, and then aid to
Okay.
Bible understanding.
Aid to Bible of Understanding.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So don't worry, guys. You could watch the replay.
Yeah. Sorry about the flickering and stuff. Trying to go back through all this stuff.
No, that's okay. Okay, go to the next slide after what we just spoke about the ball.
Oh, which one do you want?
Then right, let's see that one. Click on that one because you said something before.
This is the one with the mace. These
Yep.
three are all kind of their own thing.
Okay, then the next one.
This was the end of the presentation. There's nothing more after this. There's just the three
Okay.
deities and some of the things that.
How about that one with the CSA?
The CSA, this one?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4. The fourth one.
Or are you talking about
Right
this?
there. Yep. Okay, let me see. Sacrificial rituals. Okay. Dang it, I'm gonna have to watch my own replay and remember my question for you and kind of hit you when I remember
I'm
it.
sorry,
But
Ruby. I
yeah,
didn't
because you
mean to
did
throw
say
you off.
no, that's okay. Because what was I gonna say though? Let me see.
Sorry.
Okay, I think Rebecca is really on the money. Gnostics, and that kind of I think that was where I was gonna go next. Is that literally all of this is just integrated into this cult, but these are very old heresies that I was gonna mention. Like this type of understanding of different things, the way they twisted everything, it's not new. And when I was doing like research into religion and things like that, that's when I realized how just the whole concept of the JWs, it was called Arianism, I believe it's called. And that was a heresy from a very long time ago about Jesus not being the true like God, like not the Trinity, that he was just the Son of God. So it's like they purposefully divide the two, and it's just to confuse once again.
Yeah.
So
divisions.
I think that was where I was gonna go.
That's what the occult
that
does.
too.
They go for positions of power and authority. Once they get it, they start forming divisions in churches, and then taking members away, and then forming these weird religions, and then another weird religion, and then this and that, and they break that one. They just keep on, because the more that we're away, and the more we fight, the more we argue about unnecessary things, the more power they have and authority.
That's
Because a
true.
divided empire is an easy empire to conquer.
That's true, but also on a more sinister level and a more deeper spiritual level, they literally are damning people to hell because a lot of people either they know this or they don't know it,
Hmm.
and then when God comes again, hopefully he has mercy on the truly innocent, ignorant ones. But in reality, all of these people who are deliberately doing this I truly believe they're going to hell. Like all of this on is straight from the devil
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Well, well, I
Mhm.
just want to throw something out there about what you just said. So
Mhm.
let's just break it down. So the Bible specifically says, do not fornicate, do not harm children, do not have sex with children, right? That's a sin, right? And it's one of the sins that Jesus said was really bad, like a really, really bad one. He said making a young one stumble is one of the worst things you could do, and that you should hang yourself and let your intestines fall out, all that stuff. So they know that that sin really hurts Jesus. It hurts Jesus, and the only way they can hurt Jesus is by hurting the children, and that's why they get so much enjoyment out of doing it. Like one of the things that you're going to learn about Jehovah's Witnesses when they do, like when people get raped, okay, they will record the session and make the victim explain in detail every detail of what happened. And they've done this so many times, and this has come out in court that they do this. And if you think about it, like, there's no reason to ever do something like that. They don't tell the police. They don't do anything like that. And I've had police officers tell me that the way the Jehovah's Witnesses write their things, it's almost like a police report.
Yeah, I know.
And that's the blue file.
Yeah. I mean, I've had my own experience with the whole process of that humiliation ritual
Yeah.
that they do. So Gail just joined us. Hi, Gail.
Hi,
Hey, Gail.
I just wanted to add a couple of things, if I may.
Hmm.
Definitely.
On President Eisenhower, he was brought up a Jehovah's Witness, but he knew it was a violation. He joined the West Point, and he started getting disillusioned because Rutherford was the president at the time, and he did not like all the changes he made to Russell's teachings. So him and his family, they didn't stay with Jehovah's Witnesses, but his mother did. And I just want to give you some information.
Hmm.
When I watched the 2015 Royal Commission, when they said they don't answer to Watchtower, they answer to somebody, because I always do my homework and look up stuff. I said, well, they got to answer to somebody. There's always a hierarchy, right? There's always somebody on the top. Well, his name is Robert Louis Sorenko. He's the president since 2014. And he is in Pennsylvania under the Watchtower Bible Tract Society. It's the principal corporation of Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. And he is the president. You can look that up yourself. His name is Robert Louis Sorenko. It's Ciranko. And it lists all the presidents that were serving as Jehovah's Witnesses. And he's still active, by the way, as president in Pennsylvania. So
I
I just
wonder if
wanted,
they I
pardon me?
wonder if the grand jury in Pennsylvania ever brought him in.
I don't know. That's a good question. That'd be interesting to find out if they did. Yeah, they got a whole write-up about there's a list of all the presidents for the Watchtower, and that's how I found them. Actually, I was looking them up during the Pennsylvania court rulings that were going on with the 14 Jehovah's Witnesses that were being accused of sexual abuse. Yeah, he's in control of doctrines. He's ahead of a number of Watchtower subsidiaries, including the Watchtower Society of New York. He's also the International Bible Students Association, and he's also on for the voting shareholders of the corporation. So I thought that was interesting information about who the guy is up on the top.
Yeah, that I didn't know that. I'd never even heard
a
that
lot
name.
of people didn't know that.
And I'm sure there's, what's strange? I'm surprised that they would even print that.
Wow.
You can find anything you want if you dig.
Yeah.
And I'm a hound dog when it comes to digging up stuff. I don't give up until I find it, and I'll type it every which way but, and then I'll find it. I do want to say, I'm not being facetious either. William Huntington Russell had no relations to Charles Taze Russell, none whatsoever. You can look that up yourself. There was no relationship between the both of them, and that's, you can look that up yourself because there's no relation.
So you're saying that that wasn't his?
He was not in the Skull and Bones. I looked all that up myself, and William Huntington
Is he related
Russell,
to the bloodline though?
That I'm going to look up.
Because we don't. What we're wanting to look at, we're pointing out, is the bloodline, the Russell bloodline. Yeah. That's a sacred bloodline.
I have a cousin who's a Mason. I can ask him if he knows anything.
Yeah, I mean that. So when it comes to the bloodlines, like I'm not super like knowledgeable. I know about it, but I don't have like great details. So if you could get information,
and they say he was never a Mason either. They claim that Charles, even the Watchtower history guys, they're the ones that I learned that from. They claim that he was never a Mason.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have that quote that came from him at one of the Masonic lodges that he spoke at. He said
I think I can find that quote too. I got.
So Charles Russell said that himself.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess there's different levels. Maybe he was. I don't know, but
because they definitely used Masonic halls to hold meetings in. I know they do. They did do that. So
I know.
But so let me shift gears here for a second, because if you guys remember Executive Order 13818 that President Trump signed on December 20th of 2017, it declares a national. Do what?
I wouldn't remember that. What was it?
Okay, so let me explain it. And before I explain it, let me cite some things we have seen. We have seen Watchtower consolidating. No doubt about that. They're trying to say they are expanding, but they are not. They are consolidating. The reason why do you consolidate? Lack of funds, lack of interest. That's why you consolidate. Why are they selling off everything? Or are they being forced to sell these things off? Someone said, I had said before, and somebody said it in chat a little while ago, that Jimmy, did you say that the government is going after, or that the deep state gave up on Watchtower, and that's why they are failing, because they have already accomplished their mission? I do believe that to be true. Here's the reason why. Executive Order 13818, authority. It's often declares a national emergency to deal with serious human rights abuse and corruption, which are often linked to transnational criminal organizations involved in trafficking, property seizure. It authorizes the Secretary of Treasury, in consultation with the Secretary of State and the Attorney General, to block all property and interest in property of designated foreign persons if those assets are within the United States or come under the control of a U.S. person. Think Russia taking over the Kingdom Halls. Implementation. The financial sanctions under the EO are administered by the Department of Treasury Office and Foreign Assets Control. The scope. The order is used to target a wide range of perpetrators involved in serious human rights abuses, not just human trafficking, to prevent them from benefiting financially from their illicit activities. So we know Watchtower is a criminal organization. We know that they are transnational. We know that they are definitely involved in a bunch of human rights abuses. So is it possible? Open your mind. C4 cats. Is it possible that the white hat military that we've talked about before has put the screws to Watchtower and is slowly taking them down and holding them accountable? We don't know that for sure, but in my opinion, I agree. I think that is the case, and I think we'll be shown more of that as time goes on. That's my opinion.
I hope so. I hope.
Can I ask you something about all that?
Yeah.
So with that financial structure, I know this took place, and I don't remember the date or anything or which it was, but I know during, I think it was during Donald Trump's first term, that the Catholic Church was pulling its money out and sending it to their private bank. Do you remember that?
No.
I vaguely remember something to that.
Okay, the
effect,
reason
yes.
I'm saying is they gave a certain due date that was going to be done by, and it was like, sent out. Jehovah Witnesses said that they were moving their assets out of the United States and moving it to another bank account, and they sent
Right.
a letter out to the elders at the same time.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is there's some obviously connection between the Catholic Church and Watchtower.
Oh yeah, there totally
You
is.
guys know about that? Because it's one of those videos that got deleted like everything else, and I was
Yeah.
trying to look it up, but I can't find it. I was wondering if you guys know about that.
I'm gonna have to write it down as well. We're gonna have
Let me give you this real quick. During Donald Trump's
Okay.
presidency, there was a significant forced movement of funds regarding Catholic institutions driven by the administration's actions on federal grants and refugee policies. While many Catholic institutions did not move their own private investments, they faced drastic reductions in government funding, forcing them to downsize or restructure their aid programs. That's just part of it. Freezing of federal funds. The Trump administration issued executive orders, like the one I just mentioned, that froze or halted funding for several nonprofit aid groups, including many Catholic charities, particularly those involved in refugee resettlement and international aid. And there's some more stuff on that as well. So yes, they did move money, and it was probably trying to bypass that executive order.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was also around the same time that Trump put that executive order, or he passed that law saying that like people are involved in human trafficking, that if you're
Yes.
a company or whatever,
Yes.
they could take your assets.
That's the
I
one.
was under the impression that that's why they did that, because they were worried that they were going to come and take their assets, and that's why they're
But
getting
the
out of the U.S.
connection between the Catholic Church, okay, so there are different types of Catholics. So if we're referring to the are you referring to the Roman Catholics?
Catholic Church,
Okay, so yeah,
Vatican.
there's
Vatican.
okay,
Yeah, everything.
Vatican.
I don't
Okay.
know anything about the other denominations of the Catholic Church. I don't really know. I don't even know that much about the Catholic Church. I only know a little bit about the Catholic Church because of the connections to Jehovah's Witnesses. But Jehovah's Witnesses and the Catholic Church used to fight all the time, and that's why
Yep.
when this came out, it was weird to me because I was like, at what point did they? I don't know. Join together is what I was getting at. Like they used to hate one another.
So who's that? Raphael Moscata, the latest comment?
Yeah, Raphael says,
Pull
how
that
many
up.
times have I heard the Roman Catholic Church being a part of political powers and having their own influence in certain key events? A lot.
A ton. Yeah, tons.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, okay, history lesson, what 3 city-states make up the deep state power?
Yeah, it's Rome, DC, and I forgot the third one.
Bo, do you remember? What 3 in the chat? We're doing a quiz. Pop quiz.
Oh my gosh.
What 3 city-states make up the seat of the New World Order?
London.
Okay, let's repeat all 3 again.
DC, Rome, the Vatican, and London.
Okay. What does DC represent? Part.
United States.
Well, yeah, but what part of the power structure?
Military.
I think
Chat.
you gotta be.
Help me out, chat.
I think you
I
gotta
love
be more
doing this.
specific.
I love
I'm
doing this
I'm
stuff.
blanking
I
again.
think I think what Bo said was right. The military.
Yes.
Yeah, we're the
is that what
number
you
one
said?
military.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no
DC is
close to us.
Yeah, DC, the military arm. All right.
Okay.
What arm is London, the city of London?
Finances.
Financial.
Yeah.
What side is the Vatican? What arm is the Vatican?
Religion.
The
Religion. False religion.
Yes. So those 3 powers have worked together to create all these cults, all these shell companies, have the military, their military go out and, force their doctrine on other countries. That's why we have the issues we have. are because of those three institutions. And if you remember back back in 2020, March of 2020, go look up the raid on the Vatican. A lot of people forgot about that because what was announced March 13th of 2020? Oh, CV. There was a distraction. No one was paying attention to what happened to the Vatican in March and April of 2020.
I think I remember. Yeah,
They
when
took the
Trump,
gold.
yeah,
Yep.
when Trump sent planes to take out all the gold and bring it back to the United States. I remember that.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, and then you had all those cardinals that were arrested and everything. So that was one part of the deep state arm that took a huge hit. Okay. Now, here's today. Why is this important today? And I just thought about this. So, do y'all realize that Trump just drove a nail in the coffin of London, the city of London, and the financial side? Do you know he did that just here recently?
No,
Do you know how he did that?
I don't know. Tariffs?
Okay.
I
I
don't know.
felt. I took a screenshot of something about this, and I was going to ask you about this, but I forgot what it was now.
Okay. So just here recently with Iran, if who on let me, how am I going to say this? Who has been controlling the Strait of Hormuz since like the late 1900s, early 20th century?
No idea.
Is it
England.
somebody in the Middle East?
The Middle
London.
East.
London.
Oh,
No,
London.
Middle East has not been controlling the Strait of Hormuz. It has been London. All right. Here's the reason why. Because the Lloyd's of London, the insurance company, operates there. If you don't know the history, go look up the Lloyd's of London. It's a bunch of rich, powerful, freaking wealthy.
Yeah, can you write that in the chat, Jimmy, so that I could come back to it? Like write it in the public chat.
Somebody write in the chat for me. Lloyd's of London.
Oh, okay. Somebody
All right,
please
so-
write that so that I watch the replay. Okay.
So
go
they
ahead.
have been insuring the ships that go through the Strait of Hormuz for about 100 years. Now, they had been charging these ships about $250,000 per ship in premium to protect them. All right. When the war broke out on Iran, they decided that they were going to withdraw the insurance from these ships, giving these people that have these billion-dollar ships and this cargo, not giving them any protection, which meant that that was going to stall the flow of goods coming through the Strait of Hormuz, which if you stall the goods, what is that going to do? That's going to harm the global economy.
Exactly.
And then they benefit off of it. Now, they were going to give some of these ships, they said, all right, well, if you want insurance, we're going to say it's going to be $1 million per ship. So they upped the premiums, which would cause these companies to either pay that premium or say, nope, we're not going to go through that. So when they decided to pull the insurance, Trump said, hey, well, you know what? We'll cover you. We'll give you the insurance that you guys need, which that gives Trump and the White Hat military the control over the Strait of Hormuz, because now they're insuring it and not the city of London. Do you see why that's important?
Yeah.
All right. So then what Trump did, he said, hey, look, all right, well, there's other countries out there that are benefiting from the goods coming out of the Strait of Hormuz. However, here in the United States, we only use about 1% of it. But China uses a lot. Eastern Europe uses it a lot. I need these countries that are supposed to be in NATO to come, help secure the Strait of Hormuz, since that's a vital interest for them. They said no, that they didn't want to do that. Why would they say no? Because they're puppets being controlled by the deep state players in those areas, and they want it to fail. They want to keep this thing going on. They want to hurt the global economy.
They want to push in a recession, and then we'll blame Trump for it.
Exactly. They want to push a recession and blame Trump for it. Now, let's look at the patterns. We've always talked about pattern recognition. What did we see in January and February of 2020? The economy was doing good, right?
Mhm.
Well, now you go ahead and you start COVID up, and then that tanks the economy. And oh, it just so happened to be an election year to hurt Trump. So it's the
It's
same.
amazing how viruses are so attracted to election years.
I know, right? So it's the same playbook that they're trying to do, but Trump just reversed it on them and has exposed these people for not, NATO's supposed to come to our aid. We're supposed to go to NATO's aid. They're supposed to come to our aid. They're not doing it. That shows that we don't need it. We don't even need NATO. NATO needs to go away. So
Have you seen? Sorry, Jamie.
Go ahead, Bo.
go ahead, Bo.
I was gonna say, because you're talking about NATO. Have you seen what's going on with Poland? And they're talking
No.
about Poland's military equipment over in Ukraine.
Didn't they stop? Didn't they say they weren't going to send anything over to Ukraine?
I don't know about that, but I've been seeing stuff that was talking about weapon performance, and Poland's weaponry is the number one performing weapons over in Ukraine on our
Oh, really?
side. Yeah, and so I started thinking about this, and I was going to ask you guys' opinion about this. A while back ago, when Poland was telling the UK that they're not going to follow their stupid rules and take in all their immigrants,
Yep.
and they said you need to be more like Poland. And I was like, why are the Poland acting like they're big shit? And then I was like, I didn't know how powerful Poland's. It's not a huge military, but it's a super advanced and technologically advanced military. Their military is very technologically advanced and efficient. And I
Yeah.
didn't know this. I was
There is several European countries right now that are bucking the system and breaking away from the deep state control. Poland being one of them. Hungary is.
Did you hear what Germany just did today?
What they do?
Germany is saying they're not going to take any more refugees anymore, and they're going to do the largest mass deportation in Germany's history.
Was that Germany?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish we could do that.
I said that. I want to touch the comment that said $5 says we'll go through another pandemic. Raphael, I'll take that bet. And the reason why I'll take that bet is because I believe that they're going to try to push a pandemic. I think too many people woke up from the last one, and they're not.
I doubt it.
They're not going to.
So
follow
yeah,
they already
hold
got
on.
caught. They've already caught China doing it twice already.
Yeah.
They're
exactly.
going to try to push it. They're literally, guys. They're going to throw everything out there. But
they tried doing the Chinese bird flu. They tried doing that one, and people told them to go piss off, and that failed. And then they started bringing fungus in.
Yep.
And then they were bringing in fire ants.
So real quick, for the bet. Gail, repeat that. I didn't hear it.
I said infected mosquitoes and infected ticks with Myrna. So if they bite the cows and you eat the cow that they bit, you're going to get sick and you won't eat beef anymore.
And it's funny how
they
they
don't want
bring
you to eat beef because it's one of the healthiest foods you could ever eat.
Oh,
they don't want you doing
absolutely.
it.
Right. Okay, so real
whatever
quick,
the state tells you is not good is probably good for you.
Have you seen the fake
Exactly.
butter? Have you seen Gates' fake butter he's made?
No, I don't follow anything that man does or says.
Oh yeah, it's in a lot of stores carrying his fake butter. As a matter of fact, when my daughter was incarcerated, they used the same company that Gates uses to make the butter, and
Is
she
this
got
Bill
really
Gates you're talking
sick.
about?
Pardon me?
Is it
The
Bill
fake-
Gates?
Yes.
Ooh.
And a Solaray, I think, or Solaray is the name of the organization that has the butter. And she got very ill. I had to take her to acute care when she came home. She was skin and bone. She had a rash all over her. And when we were watching the Gates with the fake butter, she said, "Ma, that's the same company that we get our butter from." I go, "So there's the answer to why you're sick all the time when you were there." So, and my cousin said they use it out in California in the prisons too.
That's
It looks just like butter.
It's like
looks
margin.
like
Margin's
butter.
not real. It's like a plastic or something.
Oh, when Gates was showing off and he had the stick of butter and he's cutting the butter and putting it on a piece of toast.
Okay, so real quick, I got to get to these starred questions from earlier. Jay says, was the purple triangle related to Freemasons and pyramids? It's my theory. I have never heard this from anyone else.
I never
Yes.
heard that either.
I
Yes,
don't know
I would say
anything about
yes because triangles, particularly when combined with the color purple or in a triangular shape regalia, are used within various branches of Freemasonry, though not as a singular, universal recognized symbols in all lodges. Allied Masonic degrees, the apron for certain degrees is white edged in purple, and the jewel of the degree can be a triangle. The triple tau, symbol of an equilateral triangle representing the Holy Trinity or attributes of God. Purple is often used to represent the union between ancient craft, there's that word again, craft,
Oh.
and royal arch masonry. So,
Why,
yes.
why do they wear aprons?
That's a whole nother, I don't know why they.
The reason why I asked was my.
Wait. I heard, okay, low confidence information, speculation.
Okay.
We have to look this up. To hide their genitalia area.
Oh, my uncle was the head grand poobah of the Masons, and they gave him the most elaborate funeral I have ever attended. Well, they asked us to leave the funeral hall, and they all came in white aprons, and they were chanting and running around the whole place. And I'm like, what the hell are they doing? But we had to get out, and I don't know what the hell they were doing over my uncle, but they had white aprons on, and I didn't know what the white aprons meant.
You know what's interesting though? We talked about the name of Jehovah, or was it Bethel? And then this one with the triangles. And what word connect both of them? Craft. Witchcraft.
With a KFC. Oh, witchcraft. Okay.
Isn't that interesting how those words are connected to that?
Yeah, because that's what they do. I mean, it's all elements of they don't want to call it a religion, but I think it is because they believe in something entirely different. It might be a cult to better describe it, but yeah, that's what they do.
Craft, hidden knowledge.
Yep.
Okay, JG question. Even if Watchtower had these origins, it doesn't mean that they're still connected to these origins. The Illuminati may have abandoned their interest in Watchtower, and it turned into a plain old cult.
Good question.
Over $15 billion.
Yeah, I would disagree
How could you be
1,000%.
worth $15 billion? Like, think about that. $15 billion. And you think that they're not associated? Like, how would you reason that? I'm not being mean. I'm just telling you, like, let's think about logically. You name someone who's not associated with the occult or the government that's worth $15 billion.
Yeah, put that comment back up, Ruby.
Well, I mean, Scientology is up there with them, and Mormonism.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And they're all came from the exact same source.
Exactly, and they are all a part of the Illuminati. Go ahead, Jimmy.
What I would say is just here in the past 10 years, even in their material, even in their practices that they do, they haven't changed their practice, just say. And if you look in the literature, you still see the symbols that they put in the literature. So if the Illuminati were to have abandoned Watchtower, the interest in Watchtower, if that were the case, why would Watchtower still be putting these signs and symbols in their material? Why would they still be conducting things that would be Illuminati globalist practices?
Yeah, why are they not getting arrested? Why? I mean, everyone knows the crimes that they're doing. Like when you say and you talk to people about Jehovah's Witnesses, they don't go, "Oh, those are those really nice people that knock on the door." They're like, "Oh yeah, that's the giant pedophile cult that everyone makes documentaries about."
Yeah,
like,
but we have to.
Why do they not get arrested?
Yeah, that too. Question. Yeah, exactly. Just like with the Epstein stuff, it's very, very similar and very connected. But another thing we have to remember, JG, if you're still watching, is that that's just the front. The religion has always been the front. They have used the
Yes.
Bible as a disguise. So
Yep.
it was never just a cult or religion to begin with. So you have to change your perspective. You have to start thinking them as what they really are. They are an organization connected with the bloodlines and the Illuminati to use to control people, mind control. It was like an experiment, and they've
Yes.
been doing it for over 100 years. And this is actually in the Epstein files. Quinn Wright, when he showed up the screenshots of the 13 bloodlines in the files, has the Mormons there, and then they have another link that says the mind control. So it all connected. It was never about religion. It was never about God. So you have to reverse it and understand that they are the literal embodiment of the phrase wolf in sheep's clothing, because they are the literal wolves ruining people's lives and using our lives and our energy, and they are harnessing it as their sacrifice, for their crafts, for their rituals, for their worship to the devil. And they were just the guinea body to them. Once you start like that, then you'll accept it. Go ahead, Jimmy.
So I want to say, Ruby, you fed in, or you led into, I was trying to figure out what song we were going to use tonight to end the show. We were just going to do our outro with the new video we have, but I have a song called Wolves in the Pulpit that we can close with tonight. It would be perfect.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it'll.
Oh,
I don't remember if there's any cussing in there or not, but there probably could be. But
I'm going to make my last comment.
Go ahead.
The society doesn't need the members. They only use them because of the tax exempt, the 501c3, whatever it's called. That's the only reason why they care about the members. And I don't mean to contradict. They don't care about the members. They don't need them, but they do need them for the tax exempt. And they have a lot of real estate. They just bought a huge apartment complex in New York, and they're going to rent out all the apartments. So they don't need the members. They've got plenty of money. But you know what they just did the other day? They're asking the members to support the circuit overseer and pledge more money. I guess they had a pledge last year that each publisher has to donate so much each month. And if they don't meet their quota, the elders have to put in the balance to, I guess they count how many members are there. Yeah, I think it's like
they don't have to do nothing. I hate that phrase. They have to. That's the control mechanism, because you don't have to do anything. Nobody's forced to do
I'm
anything.
surprised they would
I
do
know
that.
they don't have to, but you know, so the elders don't get screwed paying for everybody if they don't pay.
I hope nobody pays a dime, and hope the elders get screwed.
I'm going to ask my girlfriend. She's still an active witness, because she said they voted it last year. And of course, everybody says yes, no matter what they vote on. No one's going to disagree. They all say yes. And I'm going to ask her if they got rid of that, because she said it was putting a hardship on people who have like 4 or 5 family members, and they got to pay $8 per family member. So I'm going to ask her if they got rid of that. But then they were asking for money for the circuit overseer.
Wow. Sorry to break in real quick, because we're going to be wrapping up pretty soon. So I want to let me ask you guys, and also in the chat. I actually have the 2 songs. I have Wolves in the Pulpit that we can play tonight, or if you want to get really spicy, we can play Jesus Disapproves. Now, I will say that one does have a language warning to it, but it's like, what if Jesus came back today and had interaction with Watchtower? What would he say to them?
A language warning, Jimmy?
Goodbye. Goodbye to you guys.
Wait. Jimmy.
I'm just like, y'all can choose which one you want to hear.
Wait, Jimmy.
Can we get a little sample of each and then choose?
No, you can't sample it. You just gotta choose. So go in the chat. Just choose whatever go with your gut. Just put it in the.
Do you want wolves?
In the chat.
Type in if you want wolves or you want Jesus. I'm gonna tell you right now. The Jesus.
I want Jesus. I'm just telling you. I want Jesus.
It's spicy as all get out.
I would like the wolves. Yeah, because
so
that was a great connection that
it
Jimmy
was a good
made.
connection.
So really
Can we
quick,
do Jesus next time then?
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna have to hear it before, because how can you have a song with the Jesus' name in the title but have a language warning, Jimmy?
Because
That
when he
is
said,
ironic.
okay, here's a look. Because when
He's
he
not going to
says,
approve of this song.
when he said, "I will flip your effing tables over,"
Well, I like that one.
Okay, well, he didn't say it; he actually did it.
let's just
So
say,
Say
let's
that
just say
today.
Jesus. Let's just say Jesus has some righteous anger. It's okay.
yeah. Okay, so real quickly, while people are typing in the chat, so Bo was asked about Russell and the Rothschild connection. If you could quickly comment on that in a nutshell.
The only things I know about it is the Rothschild banks are paying for Watchtower.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah.
so the Russell doing what they're doing, all the things that we know, and then the Rothschilds, I don't know that much about them. I just know that they financially support them.
I see, and that's another family within the 13. So
Yeah,
that's not much of a
they own
surprise.
all your banks. All your banks are
Yes.
associated with them, and I know that Chase Bank or Chase Bank Manhattan or something like that was
Mhm.
the bank that was basically paying Watchtower's bills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know London get all the gold teeth from the concentration camps? Did you know that?
Mhm.
All that gold got shipped up to London from all the concentration camps. Tons and tons of gold teeth they took.
What? Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Well, look that up.
Just really quickly, I think Jimmy, this might be better for you to answer because I don't even know what that is. But the question is, what if the deep state is pushing the war with Iran to trap Trump in a quagmire? Is that how you pronounce that? I
Quagmire.
don't even know what is
Quagmire.
quagmire. What is that?
Swamp, quicksand.
They
What
talked
happened? What
about
happened in
that today.
Vietnam? What
They
happened
talked
in
about that thing today. They mentioned that today, that's what they're going to do to Trump.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, but I think what had happened was, from the information that I've been hearing lately, this is why we haven't talked about it too much, guys, because there's so much information flowing back and forth, that Iran was very close to having that nuclear weapon, and they were going, if they had it, they were going to use it because that's deep state, their deep state. So Trump found out about it, and that's why the strikes happened when when it did. Now they're going to try to do different things. You see the IRCG right now launching missiles just haphazardly all over the place.
They're shooting everybody.
Yeah. So what they're going to try to do is, hit one of these Arab countries, and then that's not even doing anything. And it's going to they're going to try to drag that country into the kind of what they did, the deep state did with the United States during World War II. We weren't involved, but until they bombed Pearl Harbor, then that drug us into the war. That was all deep state stuff. So
yeah, but that was fake.
Huh?
That was fake though. So
what was fake?
Pearl Harbor.
No, that happened.
Yeah, I know, Jimmy, but I'm saying it's fake. It's like a false flag. It's a psyop. It's fake.
Yeah, there you go. Yes,
okay. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you had to elaborate.
That I don't know about. I was like, what?
Jimmy, out of all people, I think you would understand me the best. Like this is just
Sorry.
I even have to explain myself.
It's getting late. I apologize.
I got so nervous.
Yes,
I was like, what?
Yeah, it's a false flag. So they're gonna try to do that. So they're trying many different ways here. They're trying to, hurt the global economy. Then they're going to try to pull a country or two into the war with a false flag. So they're going to try to do this, but I don't see them succeeding in this at all. They're going to try, but I don't see them succeeding.
Okay, well, I mean, me and Jimmy and I have discussed that we're not going to dive into the Iran stuff until maybe a week or two from now because it's a lot that I'm I know it's going to be a lot to discuss. So we're going to wait on it.
And we're still in a partial shutdown too, which is causing problems. I mean, some of the airlines today, they're getting upset. My granddaughter was coming home from Chicago and they canceled her flight. So she's had to stay there for an extra 3 days until she was able to get a flight back to Massachusetts. But they're doing that on purpose too with the shutdown. They know exactly what they're doing.
Mhm.
Yeah, the deep state is throwing so many things right now out in the atmosphere. You got all this stuff going on in the Middle East. You got this stuff going on with the planes. You got the, sleeper cell, allegedly, sleeper cell attacks here in America. You have the whole scare thing with the guy that bought not the World Trade Center. And we all know what happened with that. And he collected the insurance money, just bought the largest skyscraper in LA. And what have they been talking about? Yeah. And what have they been talking about? The media's been pushing out there. Oh, Iran is going to use drones off of the coast of Florida. Or I'm sorry, California.
I wonder what building they're going to go for.
I wonder what building. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm done.
Jimmy.
I'm done.
And I'm
I
sorry.
think it's just fear mongering, really.
Exactly. That's what it is. They want everyone to live in fear. And this is why I have tried to tell, look, guys, watching a movie, a lot of this stuff has already happened.
Yes, they said
You
that.
are just seeing, you are seeing what needs to be shown to the public. This is why I did the picture at the beginning between how many cats do you see? I like that picture. We're probably going to do it again. So how many cats do you see? Because there's a lot more going on than what folks realize. So it's exciting.
Next week, can we discuss data centers next week? Because that's an important subject. Because every state now, California has 300, Texas has 400 data centers, and that's going to affect everybody.
We can bring it up. I have to go do some more research on that. And
do some deep
Yeah,
dive. You're going to be
definitely.
shocked.
I will.
Every state has, except Florida, which you should be happy, Ruby, live in Florida. And I think it's South Dakota only has 5. But the rest of the country, loaded with data centers, just waiting to be powered up.
What I would like to do is, one of the reasons why we do this show, and one of the reasons why I've done what I've done for so long, is to help educate folks. So if you've been on the live stream tonight and you're watching this show later on, if there's something that you've learned or didn't know, can you please put it in the chat or in the comment section so we can see if folks are understanding. If you have questions, put those in there. I think it would be really great if one of our episodes, if we had enough questions from people, that we could just do a question from viewer show.
That sounds great.
That's cool.
Just wing it. Hey, how many questions we got? Take a show, find 20 questions, and that show could be all over the place. So that would be kind of a cool idea. But what we wanted to do tonight was kind of, we've talked about this stuff before, but there's a lot of new people waking up. We wanted to show the connection that Watchtower has with the political systems. There's no question about it. It exists. It's there. Mm-hmm. And what does that mean in the bigger scheme of things when it comes to this battle we're facing between good and evil? So I hope folks are learning some stuff, because we have fun doing it.
I did.
Oh, definitely.
I learned every week.
Even I'm learning, and I'm the host. Like, I didn't even know half of this stuff. Like, that's why I'm here for it. Like Jimmy said, this is the whole reason why the UPC was born. And it was really because I knew nothing. And when you are waking up, especially from a cult background, you are afraid and scared, and that's all normal. But it's just because we were uneducated. Once you educate yourself, your confidence starts to build. And that's what I want for everybody else, because that's exactly what I had to do. I had to live, and I had to live. Now we can do this together. I had to self, right? Jimmy had to do it on his own, but now we can do it together. I love
Raphael's comment. He said, I learned this podcast is hot fire.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate that.
Also, Yeah, sorry, guys. My last thought for tonight was a comment I made earlier about how the JWs are really just a disguise. They use religion just as a disguise, right?
Mhm.
But they're just using a very old heresy to make it seem as if that's the truth. Okay.
Correct.
So I put it in the chat. It's on the screen right now. And basically what they're teaching is exactly this type of heresy. They deny the co-eternity of Jesus Christ with God and Father, asserting that Jesus was created by God and is therefore distinct from him. So that's really all they needed. It's very easy to pick any heresy in the book and say, all right, I'm going to just go off what this guy said 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, and I'm just going to make a whole cult around it. And in reality, they're doing a lot of stuff in the background that Beau was able to identify and explain in a way that helps us understand with part one, which was last Tuesday of his presentation, and now today, part two is like we finally connect the dots. We connected them.
Yep.
It has always been there. There's nothing new. It's just new to us. So once you start doing your research, even when it comes to religion and you're noticing all these cults of Christianity, is it true Christianity? No, they're just using Christianity as a front. And that's not even Christianity. It's even worse because they're using a lie on top of more lies to deceive people. That's how you know it really want the real Christianity. Please do your research and you will find out what real Christianity is. And that's a journey for everybody. I mean, we don't really dive into that, but I just had to put that out there because a lot of people think that they are Christians or just another denomination. Like they really downplay the gravity of what they're doing, what they're preaching. And then on top of that, all of this stuff with the CSA stuff, right? And all this occult connections that Beau was telling us. No, it's not just another denomination that we can just respect and call them our brothers and sisters. Absolutely not. They are a cult, and the members are just casualties. That's how you have to look at them as. They are just innocent casualties that we have to help wake up. And that's another reason we do this. Go ahead,
and
Jim.
not just those in the Watchtower, but those outside of Watchtower, just in the everyday life. There's a lot of people out there that they're just being used. They're these protesters. Here's some money, go protest for what we want you to do, and they don't really. They're being used. They're pawns in the game, and so that's why we're trying to get this information out there to everybody. So let's go ahead, if you don't mind, Ruby. Let's go ahead and take last thoughts. Remember, folks, yes, let's send us your questions. Put them in tonight's thing. Shoot us emails, whatever. We'd love to do an episode where we're just doing viewer questions. So that's pretty awesome. But Gigi, what point did you take away from tonight? What's your final thoughts this evening?
Well, most of it I already knew, but I was fascinated with the occult and the Illuminati link to the Watchtower, but most of it I already knew.
Yeah, I figured you did. Yeah,
I did my homework years ago, and
yes, you did.
When I first came out, I actually love the Watchtower. I wish you could get those guys on because they did such a deep dive, and they have probably the most expansive library of all the literature, and they even have the creation recordings from Russell, and he got a lot of his everything they say they document and they show it on the screen, so it's not coming out of their mouths. They're showing you actual documentation, audios, and vice versa. And that's where I learned a lot of stuff about Russell and Rutherford, which neither one of them were nice guys.
Cool. Thanks so much.
I just want to thank everybody, especially Beau, because that was a lot of time and research and work that he put into showing us that. And it was fascinating about the, my uncle was very secretive. He was a Grand Pooper. I don't know what the level he was in, but we didn't know anything about him. But boy, they treated him like he was a hero, and he was friends with all the cops in the government. So that kind of was a red flag with me. He said, gee, my uncle knows everybody, all the right people. But I still to this day don't know what he was into, but he got a huge praise. You wouldn't believe the article they had in the Billerica newspaper and the Boston Globe, and it was just unbelievable. And he was very secretive in what he did, which probably he had no choice, I guess.
Yep. Thank you, Gigi. Yes, Jennifer is absolutely right. They are useful idiots.
Well, I brought that comment
That's
up because I'm going to challenge it. So sorry, Jimmy. I disagree with you and Jennifer, but I'm going to let everybody have their final thoughts before I dive into this. Any final
go ahead
thoughts,
real quick.
though?
Who are they calling idiots?
Go first.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
I'll go last.
Okay, so Jennifer, and I know what she means. I get it, but she's saying that like the innocent, ignorant JWs are just useful idiots. I beg to differ. They are not idiots. They are very smart, intellectual people. They are just either deceived into believing that this is the truth. Like I said, it's just a front to think that they have the truth about Christianity. That's what draws people in, because people love God. They love Jesus. That's just a fact. It's in our nature, right? God made us if you're Christian. But that's just the front to bring them in. Once you're in, now you're participating in a whole lot of occult rituals that Beau already spoke about in part 1. For example, like the Black Mass. And you don't even understand what you're doing. You just think that this is the truth. So they are just deceived. Now, if you're talking about the governing body, they are even less of a useful idiot. They are probably one of the smartest in there, because they are the ones who are literally the face of it all. They have to act. They have to really put it out there. Like what we just discussed today, they are probably the glue that is keeping that cult together. That's why when Anthony had to resign, that shook a lot of people to their core. So they are very important. They are like the heart of that cult. And that's why we have to continue attacking them. But do I think that they're useful idiots? It's like, no, I don't think so. I think they know exactly what they're doing. But the innocent lay people, the layman people, the people who don't even know, they're just going door to door, they're just deceived. That's why I call them like a casualty, because it's like they don't even know that they are being used in this way until they wake up and they're like, OMG, I've been forever, or for X amount of years. You know what I'm saying? It's like I wouldn't use that phrase, but I just wanted to like bring it up. And
see, I would use that phrase only because, you know, there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance is having the lack of knowledge. Stupidity is knowing something to be true and completely ignoring it. Okay. When it comes to the phrase useful idiots, just real quick on Google, it's often falsely attributed to Vladimir Lenin, the phrase useful idiots or useful innocents. Okay. That would fall more in line with what Ruby is saying if they were useful innocents because they didn't know. Gained traction in the late 1940s during the Cold War to describe Westerners sympathetic to communism. The definition, these individuals are seen as or idealistic, unwittingly acting in the interest of a power or movement against their own. Usage, it is used to denigrate people, often intellectuals, journalists, or activists who are perceived as providing cover for or legitimizing oppressive regimes or hostile causes. So they don't know. I can honestly say, when I was in Watchtower, I was a useful idiot for them. I just didn't know that. They knew I was. So that's just how I view it. I don't have a problem.
Oh, Jimmy, no, you are not. You were never.
okay.
I would never call you. I would never think of you like that. Like you are so
Yeah,
smart.
I appreciate that, but I was unwittingly participating in this because of the
We
MK.
all were.
Yeah,
All
because
of
of
us
the
were.
MK Ultra, of the
Right.
brainwashing and all that stuff. So I can see where she's coming from on that. I can see that. Bo, did you have a final comment? And then I'll say something, and then we'll go from
Yep.
we'll finish up.
So my final comment is, first off, I want to thank Ruby and Jimmy for allowing me to participate and share this with everyone. The reason why I did this presentation is obviously I wanted to explain what the occult was, and I wanted to explain that the occult isn't just with Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, I know I focused on Jehovah's Witnesses, and it looks like I'm really going hardcore attacking Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm really not. I'm just showing people that the occult system is all over the place, and that's why I wanted to show these symbols. I wanted to do the JW thing last, is because I know that that community, a lot of people watching this are part of that. We're part of that community at one point in time.
Yep.
The number one thing that I am doing, though, I just want to be honest with you guys. The reason I talk about this is I want people to be aware what you're allowing people around your damn children. And you need to pay attention. The reason I talk about this stuff and do that stuff is I don't want to see more children have those things happen to them that happened to me, that happened to my friends. And I want that process to stop. And that's why I talk about what I did. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to talk about these monsters and put it in their face until they kill me.
Yep.
Yep.
There we go. Bo, thank you so much
Thank
for
you,
putting
Bo.
all that together. We really appreciate it. And I hope it really helps the viewers open their eyes to some things and calls them to start digging deep on some more things as well. Now, we were going to get to that email for that viewer that sent me email. We did not get to that tonight, but that's okay. That's okay. The conversation went where it had to go. But I do want to pick up a little bit, maybe start with that next week. So we may continue this conversation a little bit next week, but not for the whole show. I'm sure there's going to be other stuff pop off. But I do want to get to that email. So we can maybe call this like a part 3. And we'll do part 3, questions from viewers. Send your questions. All right, last chance before Ruby says anything. No, never mind. We'll just do the wolves in the pulpit tonight. I'll spare the Jesus disapproves.
Yes, Jimmy.
if you
Come
wanna hear
on,
that-
language, man. The language is killing me.
If you want to hear that song, go to I'm telling you, it's spicy. I was listening. I was like, holy
Oh, I'll listen to it definitely.
Can you
Jesus
link it in the chat?
Huh?
It's on Jimmy's channel.
It's on my channel.
Yeah, you'll see Jimmy's channel linked here. Nightbot puts the links there if anybody wants to join the UPC Facebook page. We don't have a Discord server. We used to have one, but it was just like so inactive that it was useless. And so I did Facebook kind of for like Jimmy's crowd that uses Facebook, because I don't really use Facebook. So I just kind of did it for what?
Oh, dude, I'm so sorry. I should have mentioned this. People were reaching out to me. I'm sorry. I should have said this in the very beginning, but it just dawned on me. On Facebook and stuff. I had to wipe out all these messages that are coming to me because I was getting multiple links. I'd click on it and it was pornography, and then it was hacking my phone. So I forgot to mention. I don't know why I didn't start this off. So if you were reaching out to me, I apologize. On Facebook, I had to wipe all that stuff up. I couldn't get it to go over to where you report it. It wouldn't take it. So I had to just do it as a spam to get rid of it.
Yeah, they're trying to hack you, or they're trying to plant something in your device. So just like me, like
yeah,
I feel you.
And then I'm gonna throw this out there too. This is gonna sound crazy, but I gotta say it too. Is I started getting like phone calls randomly and stuff. And the last one I got the other day, they were trying to get me to say stuff, and I was like, "What? Who are you? I don't know who you are." Blah blah blah. But they knew my dad, and so I had no idea who this person was. So if you get something from me and it's my voice and it's asking you to do something or get money or give or do something, don't do it. Please don't do it.
But why would they do that for somebody like you? Like, we're nobody.
They've already done it. They've already done it to me. I've already gone through this.
That's weird.
We are a threat. We are a threat to their system.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how big you are, how small you are. Yeah. If you talk about this stuff, they're going to get pissed and they're going to mess up. I'm not saying that okay, Ruby, you were just saying that you're having technical difficulties with this show, right? But you don't have these technical difficulties anywhere else. Do you think that's a coincidence?
No, I mean, I've been telling this to
Yeah.
Jimmy since forever. And I've had the same internet since forever, the same computer since forever. So there's no excuse.
Yeah.
For my computer, for me. Like I've been targeted since 2024. Like when we did season 1, my whole computer would just black out. And I remember Jimmy used to be controlling the show without me because I'll be gone for like 5. So I've been dealing with it for a long time. It's crazy.
Yeah, and me too. Think about it. 87 community violations on Facebook, 3 profiles
Water,
gone,
man.
several
Ugh.
YouTube videos taken down off of YouTube, kicked off of 6 screens because they were afraid I was going to give them a strike.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, so I completely understand all that.
Jimmy.
What?
So the last 2 Tuesdays, remember when you noticed how we had exactly 33 viewers 2 weeks in a
Yeah.
row?
Yeah.
I can confirm that for you. Like throughout the entire 3-hour stream, it was 33. It would fluctuate. It would go higher. It would go lower, but it would always stop at 33, bro.
Oh, boy.
And then today we've had as many as 41, which is pretty cool. I haven't seen that high of a
Yeah.
number for
I
a
saw
long time.
46. I
Yeah,
saw 46 at
right. Like it was going up there, and it's always stayed above 33, like the
Yeah, it's
entire time.
Yes,
So I just wanted to let
it's
you
at
know
38
that,
right now.
and you too, Bo.
Yeah,
Like I mean, I believe in that stuff. Especially after what
Guys-
Bo spoke about, I'm like, this is getting scary.
Yeah, thank you to everyone in the chat tonight and who's watching the show. Please share this show. Put it in the XJW community. We're not on I'm not on Facebook. Ruby doesn't do Facebook.
But I created
haven't
it for you guys, even though I don't
Yeah.
use it. It's so
So
authority to use the Facebook, Jimmy. Like, can I give the page to you? Like, I wish I could give you the login or something.
because I can't even get on. I can't get on Facebook.
That sucks.
No, they know Jimmy's
anyway.
phone number. It's on the do not allow.
Oh
list.
yeah, they
do
know
not
my
call
they know
list.
my stuff.
Yeah, they blocked me for a few days, and
Oh.
this new Meta AI, this
I'm
new
sorry.
Meta AI chat thing. I tried to get back on. It took me all last night, all day today. I finally get on, and they said I did a community violation. And then I had all these ads. They wouldn't let me delete one ad, and it's called Meta. It's a new AI that's running Facebook. So I don't know.
Wow.
So
All right,
I know
so
that
we're-
Jimmy really wanted to end at 11, and I understand.
I gotta go.
Well,
Yeah,
Coach,
definitely.
better late
Have a
than
good, if
never,
you gotta go,
Coach.
definitely go. But
Better
thank you
late
so
than
much,
never.
Bo, for joining.
Coach is
But
on.
Joseph just joined, and Jesse, and I'll stay for you guys. If anybody else has to leave, thank you for joining.
I can't play the outro.
I know that sucks, but I want.
Thank you, Bo. Appreciate you.
But yeah,
Are you,
thank you.
are you
Bo.
staying on? Because they're on. Or what do you guys
I will.
doing?
I
I
will
was
stay.
going to say,
I will
Huh?
stay.
okay.
I
I was going to say,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I gotta go. My neck
Yeah.
is
I'm
killing
going
me,
home.
guys.
I'm
I'm
going
sorry.
home. I am home. I'm
Okay,
going to
have a
bed.
good night. Thank you, Gail.
All right,
for
Bo. Thank you,
joining.
buddy.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Bo.
guys. Have a wonderful night.
Okay.
Ruby, can we
Yeah.
give them like just quick comments, tell them what they think about, and then
Yeah.
in the show, give them like 5 minutes a piece or something.
Yeah, go ahead, Joseph or Jesse. Let me know what you're thinking.
Okay,
Hey,
remember that
after you, Joseph.
made
sorry.
that Gary Loesch, the governing body member, he said in a court statement that he had nothing to do with the Watchtower Corporation or society. In a sense, he's correct, because the governing body is a separate corporation within itself. It is called the Theocratic Order of Jehovah's Witnesses, and they are paid a salary to be in this order. And just like all of the congregations is a separate corporation in itself. So everything is divided up into corporations where they are not connected. They all stand alone.
Right. Right.
And,
Yeah.
and just think, the governing body, they're a bunch of, guys that were pioneers and circuit overseers and don't have any education, but the organization is a global organization that owns real estate in every country and owns all major shipping ports around the world, even in New York City.
Yep.
They own them. And they have tunnels going to them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's very suspicious in itself. And since we do have child trafficking, is it possible that that occurs and they easily slipped onto ships and shipped to someplace in another part of the world where they're needed, where say, just like
The need
ordering
creator.
pizza, they know what they want.
Yep.
So it's
Yep.
like you say, it's the worship of Baal, sacrificing children.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well,
We got.
you must
Oh, go
remember
ahead.
too.
Mhm,
You must
mhm,
remember too. Every firstborn child had to be given to the priesthood,
mhm.
and they were sacrificed.
Yep.
Now that's sad.
And that's been going on for ages with the nation of Israel or the kingdom of Judah, and they worship many gods,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't become a monotheism until they arrived in Babylon. And when Babylon was overturned by the Persian Empire, they were exposed to all what monotheism was. And so, since they lost the temple, they had to change things and redact things and edit things in order to be a monotheistic society. But even that, they were still falling away until they were finally destroyed in 70 AD. And no one who claims to be a Jew today can claim that they are descendants of those Hebrews. Not at all.
Yep.
Good
Yep. That is
point,
true.
Joseph.
That
Good
is true.
point.
Joseph, we're going to touch more on this stuff again next week as well. So if you can come on next week and share some of that stuff, add to the conversation, that would be awesome if you will.
Hop on
Yeah.
super early. Like as soon as we go live, beg me for the link and hop on super early.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Well,
Yeah, because
Jesse's on here.
Yeah, Jesse, go ahead.
Jesse,
Unmute yourself.
thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Joseph.
Thank you, Joseph.
Okay. Real quick, I'll
Mhm.
be real quick. You guys did a great job on the occult. It was not a political show today, if I'm correct.
Semi, like yeah.
It was
Sorta.
semi, but occult, and they did a great job. I just wanted to throw this. It was on the news today in Maine. A father sues a school district because there's no chance of the children doing the Pledge of Allegiance. And I really think that we Jehovah's Witnesses started the Pledge of Allegiance absence in our school districts today.
Yep.
It's not by coincidence. It's like a cancer. I was talking to AI about it, and it says, no, don't use that word, cancer. And I go, you have to, because it grew, and now we're starting to see that. And I wanted to throw that at Beau. I know it wasn't a political question, but what do you think, Jimmy? What do you think about that I mentioned, that they started this climate of people just flat out rejecting the Pledge of Allegiance?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I would like to talk more about
on another
that.
show. Yeah,
next
yeah.
week. Yeah,
It's
next
fresh
week.
news coming out right now. Yeah.
Yeah. You said it was in Maine?
Yeah,
yes,
what state?
yes, it's in Maine. You'll be able to pick it up on do a Google search, but it was today. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, there I have a lot that I can say about that. because it was really weird. It was really weird for me growing up in the military and growing up as a Jehovah's Witness because I had love of country and I had to do what, Watchtower wanted me to do.
Right.
So when I was at school on base, I wanted to say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Correct.
Because I felt that strongly about it. So, but I couldn't. So I'll share more about, write that down. Let's bring that up next week.
Definitely,
Expound on
Jesse.
it.
Come
Okay,
back
good
next
night.
Tuesday.
Great show. I'll get on the comment
Thank
section.
you, Jesse. Bye.
Thanks.
Okay, so we have Raphael from
Ralph
the
in
chat.
Dallas,
Yeah, Ralph. Go ahead.
Oh, I just joined to a question here. Jimmy, do you have any insight or are you aware, I guess, of the group known as BlackRock by any chance?
Oh yeah. The people that own everything.
Yeah. I was hoping to maybe get an episode where maybe you can kind of dive into that one day. You know what I mean? Kind of sounds like you would be a knowledgeable man for that.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff you can go with that too, because it is said that at the top. Okay, if you hold on.
Now you got Jimmy started.
I knew this would be the right subject matter. You see,
Oh
that's in the tinfoil hat.
Oh
So
my
anyway.
word.
What
ahead,
we're
Jimmy.
saying here is apparently at the top of the globe, if you still believe in that, there is like at the center why it can't be seen on satellites and things like that. That's technically where the black cube was supposed to be at. So we can touch, and that has to do with BlackRock. So we can touch more on that later too. So
I appreciate you, Jimmy.
There is that. So I'll write that down. Hey, thanks for joining, man. Appreciate you. Jump on anytime.
I think
I
this is his
appreciate it,
first
man. Thank you.
time. Is this your first time watching us like this?
I think it is.
Yeah, it's my first time watching you guys, but this is my second time having conversation with Ruby. So I was like, let me check on this podcast and see what this is about. You guys got me hooked. You see that? This is your fault.
Oh, well, cool. Well, hey, go back and watch last week's episode because
Yeah.
they go together.
All right.
So,
I got you. No problem.
Check that out and come back and see us next week, man.
We love having you right here, Raphael.
Yes, sir.
Nice having you, right?
Yes, sir. How you doing, my man?
That's great seeing you. I saw you right there for a little bit.
Oh shoot! Well, you gonna see me more often now.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Where are you from, man?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I gotta hop off real quick, man, because I'm at work, but I'm gonna keep watching you.
All right, appreciate
Okay.
it.
Thank you, Raph. Have a good night.
Dallas?
You too.
All
Dallas,
right.
you got final thoughts for
Go
tonight?
ahead, Dallas.
Well, what Beau did was just, I enjoyed it the whole time right there. And he is on point with so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Beau did a great job this evening and last week. We love it when Beau shows up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you for joining, Dallas. I mean, guys, you guys have to join early, like 9 p.m. Eastern time. Be there in the waiting room.
I have to work tomorrow.
Yes, Jimmy has a real job. He, I mean, I don't. I mean, I've had jobs here and there, but in reality, I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I got all the time in the world. I could be here all night.
If I didn't
But
have an early
Jimmy-
morning appointment, I'd be all right.
Yeah,
I just talk
exactly.
to my clock.
Because we used to be like real G about it, and we used to have like 5-hour streams, 4-hour streams, but we don't do that anymore because then we started getting jobs, and then life gets in the way, right?
Yeah.
So, but thank you for joining, Dallas.
thank you,
I'll see
Dallas.
you next
Thank you
Tuesday,
for-
okay?
Thank you for supporting us,
What?
buddy.
I think you're fixing to close up, aren't y'all fixing to close up, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. Because I want to play
I'll
take
the outro.
And
All
he
right.
could only do that because my freaking internet doesn't want to work
Yeah,
all
I
of
can
a sudden.
only
But
one do
I could
it.
be on somebody else's channel for 5 freaking hours and it wouldn't glitch not once. And it's the same platform. So this is why I get upset. All right, let's have a great night, everybody, because I'm gonna get
Wait.
started.
Well, we'll take care, Uncle Jimmy and Aunt Ruby.
Have
Thank
a
you,
good
Dallas.
night,
Appreciate
Dallas.
your support,
Thank
buddy.
you for
Okay.
joining.
All right,
Okay,
everyone.
now,
So we
go ahead, Jimmy. You have to
Okay.
share it.
All right. So we appreciate everybody this evening. Thank you for the love and the support. Hope you guys are learning stuff. Remember, go into the comment section, put your questions out there. Maybe Ruby can put a thing on her community page on YouTube. Submit your questions because we really would like to have a question from viewer episode. And I think
just put it in the chat, like not the live chat, but the regular chat of the
yeah,
video.
in the comment
so
section.
I could come back. Yeah, the comment section. That's what it's called.
Because we like to start off next week with that email and talk about that. So in line with what we were discussing this evening and with what Ruby said, surprisingly, I haven't played this song yet, but I do have it listed as a UPC song number 9. So
the album.
It's kind of,
so we have an album for our show that Jimmy started making AI music, and so we're the UPC, the Unrelenting Political Corner. Jimmy made a whole album for us and music videos and everything. So I'm excited.
Working on the videos. Like more got lyrics and music. So tonight's is going to be it's going to be Wolves in the Pulpit. Let me get over there, and we appreciate you all. We're going to end with this tonight. We will see you next Tuesday, 9:00, and tell me when I'm ready to go, Ruby. We love you all.
Go ahead. Yep. Have a good night. See you next Tuesday.
Golden gates around your palace walls, while your flock is barely scraping by. Private jets to answer holy calls, but I see the dollar signs behind your eyes. Preaching love on Sunday morning light, spreading hate by Monday afternoon. Say you speak for God with all your might, but you're just another goddamn cartoon. They built the kingdoms on the backs of the broken, twisted every verse, every word that was spoken. Walls in the pulpit, blood on their hands, selling salvation across the land. Mansion on the hill, Billy in the drive. Keep them scared, keep them tithing to survive. Don't ask questions, don't you dare. They'll say you're going straight to hell down there. Man-made chains dressed up as divine. Wolves in the pulpit every fucking time. Point your finger at the ones who don't believe. Call them sinners, call them enemies of grace. Take the money while the families grieve. Designer suits can't hide your fucking face. You say question me, you question him above, but your God looks a lot like greed to me. Weaponize the fear, commercialize the love, while you're counting cash on your knees. They built their empires on guilt and submission, crowned themselves kings of a man-made religion. Wolves in the pulpit, blood on their hands, selling salvation across the land. Mansion on the hill, Billy in the drive. Keep them scared, keep them tithing to survive. Don't ask questions, don't you dare. They'll say you're going straight to hell down there. Man-made chains dressed up as divine. Wolves in the pulpit every fucking time. They say I speak for the Lord, don't question my word, but all I hear is the sound of the herd being led to slaughter, led to bleed, so these bastards can fulfill their greed. How many lives destroyed in his name? How many wars fought, how many slain? but you're just a predator hunting in the night. Wolves in the pulpit, blood on their hands, poisoning minds across the land. Crystal Cathedral fleet of cars, built on the broken beneath the stars. They'll never answer for their sins, cause they control the game they're playing in. Man-made devils in disguise, wolves in the pulpit feeding on lies. Keep your eyes open, see through the show. These wolves in shepherd's clothing gotta go. Question everything they say is true, cause the only one who saves you is you.